Welcome back, everybody, to the decaying tooth, the rotten, decaying tooth in the mouth of the NCAA, which is the Nebraska Cornhuskers. How you doing there, Gary?
Oh, living the dream, brother.
What a...
Wide awake.
Wow, everybody assumes that. But I didn't see the season turning into this. You know?
Not the way it started.
Wow. What up, Chris? What up, Dustin? Abram in the house, Sports Geek. We got the nice puppy, Eric, son of Paul, Jamie, or Jaime, if you're Latino. Living in Omaha, David Matney. What up, Cornborn Mike? Sports Geek says, Bruins fan here. Hope y'all clap USC's cheeks. Well, don't get your hopes up, because that ain't what we do around here. Around here, we turn around and throw it back. Okay?
Nebraska was 5-1, USC was 3-1, but since then 1-3.
So, we throw it back like Megan the Stallion.
Let's talk moral victories real quick.
Okay, I like this start. Lose by, if we could keep it into a chasing three situation where we lose, you'll be happy?
Well, I was just going to say, assuming we lose, I hate to start off so negative, but just hypothetically, let's say it's a foregone conclusion, Nebraska's going to lose this game. What are some things that you'd look for to be like, well, that's something?
In a positive way?
Yeah.
If the offense just looks like, if the Holgerson thing looks like it's working out.
Yeah.
That's all I care about at this point. You know? I'd like Raiola to stay healthy.
Don't you feel like if it looks like the Holgerson thing is working out, we'll win? Because I do.
No.
I do. I feel like if we score in the 20s, round 30.
Ooh, here's kick. I'll tell you when we make contact.
I'm so far behind.
Well, you want me to stream it in Discord? We can be on the same pace.
They're still sitting in the locker room talking game plan.
They don't even have their shoulder pads on. Kick.
No, I'm not that far behind then. Ready? Kick.
All right.
Touch back.
Bulbert on the line for Nebraska. Shut up.
Who said that?
Brock Hewitt, I think.
Your boy Brock.
Mm-hmm.
Got to see him last year. I mean, that ball gets there. That's that easy velocity in a hurry. He brings some of this element, the creativity. He's not a run-first guy, but he's more than willing, and he's pretty darn athletic. And then, yeah, just the RPM. Just throwing into windows that not many guys can do at his size.
Well, great.
So when I say they look
Must be nice to have a quick passing game in your call in your playbook.
Don't get cute. Here we go. Let me get this game cast working. Man in motion. Little touch pass to the left side. They'll get 5, maybe 6. Maava is his name. Maava.
Even though, same deal, he did not have the starting job at first. Yeah, and just elevate it. That's what you want your quarterback to do. Elevate the personnel around you.
What's going on, everybody? We got 62 watching. Please hit that like button for us and help this stream grow. Maava throws dizzy deep. Too far.
Hartzog with the coverage.
He tried to get burned. He just couldn't manage.
I'm not going to stand for any Hartzog blasphemy. Hutmacher coming at 3rd and 5.
Jim says if our run game is stifled, Holgerson will go to play action and screens. That will open up the run game, so watch for that.
What's with the gap in like the slot area.
Let's not get too focused on all of that, all right?
Yeah, why
First
why
down.
play close? Why play anything at or under 5 yards when that's all they need?
So you can get a good head of steam coming at him for a nice, big, strong hit.
You can get a nice tackle after they pick up 9 yards on a.
Yeah, but it could be a big hit that could dislodge the ball.
Your mic is insanely loud.
My mic's loud?
I don't know. And in my ears, it is. I got my volume down to 26. Nah, man.
You. Handoff. Nice stop.
And the Nebraska defense, Tony White has done a very nice job, and Ty Robinson's a dangerous man.
He's just taken off this year at times, been the best player on the field. In fact, at Ohio State, he was that destructive. 5 sacks, leads this team. Bayer, Bullock, you'll see some Javen Wright, especially with this game played in space a little more. And, oh, by the way, so you're right, maybe some of those introductions.
I'm going to need a big game out of Say You're Right since he's playing his old team. We can go ahead and get that. Just 4 picks would be fine. 2 of them.
A little play action. Another deep shot.
Good coverage.
Yeah, really good coverage, Hartzog. Remember when I told you he's amazing in zone coverage?
Best man-to-man coverage we got.
And he was even better in man.
I do remember that.
Do this 8 to 10 times today. Just give him an opportunity to put some air.
Yeah, that's a good point, Jim.
This
dude did throw a lot of picks at UNLV. Should be some opportunities. That was one. You would have picked that off.
One-handed, but
yeah,
that's a whole nother issue.
You prefer the sun in your eyes.
The sun hides from me. Oh, incomplete. 4th down. And out comes the juggernaut known as Dana Holgerson. They said his dick was too big for his pants. They had to fit him for some extra gigantic pants.
I heard that. They had to go to Adidas and have him customize some
a dick sleeve made of titanium for this guy. That's what I heard, at least. I said, wow.
Titanium dick sleeve was trending on Twitter.
Was that why? That makes sense.
They're just called the Holgersons.
Oh, shit. Punts away, and we're going to get hit right away.
He's going to try and return it?
I don't know if I like that.
I do. I like Barney's mindset, his mentality. He come to play football, all right, Gabe? He ain't
not foosball.
He ain't playing no foosball. This ain't no 2-hand touch.
Notice all of these Raiola highlights are from early in the season.
So you brought up earlier when we were on the phone, you were watching, was it Coach JB?
Yes.
And they were saying if Nebraska and Colorado were to play each other now, Colorado would win. At first I was like, yeah. But then I'm thinking like, I don't know, man. What's Colorado?
Here's why. Let me explain why.
Hold on. Let me just say this real quick.
Oh shit! I'm gonna stop.
Look like at this point in the season if they're playing in the Big 10 and not the Big 12, and the Big 12 teams that were projected to be high up, like Utah, K-State, Kansas, a lot of these teams that aren't living up to the hype that they had going into the season. What do they look like if they're still playing Oregon? If they had to play Indiana, Washington, or maybe Washington, but Ohio State, Penn State. I mean, would they beat Illinois?
Hold on, I'm cramping over here. Keep going.
Yeah, that's it. I just wanted to throw that out.
Oh, this cramp. This is worse cramp than you've ever had in your life combined.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine the pain and suffering.
Couldn't even handle this type of fucking cramp, bitch.
I don't think anyone could imagine that kind of pain and suffering. I mean, maybe women. You know, I mean, maybe they're going through similar to your pain.
You made a good point, though. I just feel like that emotional high that we had versus them to come out with, that belief, that self-belief that, like, we can run through these guys is gone. I don't think they have that mental edge anymore. I think they'll go out there, like what you were saying last game about how, like, you have all these guys on the roster that have that mentality of like, here we go again. This is where we lose. And I feel like they're all infected with that right now. You know.
Yeah.
I think their mental Rule's mental edge is gone. Who the F is this Matt Rule we keep looking at? And they look like they took his balls off of him, bro. I ain't seen the guy smile in a month. At least fake enthusiasm. At least fake like you don't think you're about to lose your job. He can't give them that boost anymore, and they don't have that boost. Think about that during this drive, and then you get back to me with something a little more educated.
Yes, sir.
Today, we'll find out.
Riley going to throw deep for the first pass. That's a pass interference, baby. Throw a flag. Wow.
They didn't throw a flag on that?
I said wow.
Nebraska with Gunnar Gatula at left tackle. They've had some injuries early and then
What are
later
we
on in the
doing?
year on the offensive line.
Yeah, do have a couple stalwarts as well. Gatula, one of the young guys there. Benhart, a veteran on the right side.
I'm sorry to hear that, Braun Cobra.
Bro, how is that not a...
I had one too in me calf.
The freshman out of South Florida that can just really scoop. Can you get him the ball in a number of different
That's
ways?
wild.
Keep our eye out.
He was getting
He let him run his
rocked.
route.
No. Throw over the middle. Oh my God, 8-9 yards.
So does Holgerson a big Banks fan? Back-to-back plays to him to start.
A lot better in 3rd and 5+, but
I don't know.
Big body target.
Tompkins, a guy you'll see inside and outside today. Two veteran linebackers, probably the most in conflict of anybody today to try to figure out all the RPOs and screens.
Was this
And nice for
34,
USC to
32?
have Ramsey back, their best defensive player.
It changes what they can do in that defensive backfield. There's the motion from Barney.
Oh, come on, big boy.
Nice fight.
There we go.
Nice
For
fight.
Dante Dowdell, the Oregon transplant for a first down in Nebraska.
Yeah, and that was all be your own blocker right there.
I'm going to teach you about football. You just sit there and
I'm gonna learn
relax,
so much
okay?
today. I've got a whole stack of notebooks here so I can jot
I hope you have enough coffee to keep you awake.
But then the power right
really
there,
hope I do.
and that second effort ultimately moving the sticks.
You ever get too much sleep so you wake up tired?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
I didn't have that happen
For
at all.
Nebraska.
Play action.
Play action. We're going to keep it and scoot for the line of scrimmage. So maybe there was absolutely nothing there.
I'm fine with that play right
Maybe he knew he was going to get sacked, and so Holgerson's like, just dive for the line of scrimmage. That's an option if you don't want to throw it away.
Is maybe a little more RPO for Dana Holgerson. Throw that little
It's
slant.
no
that
different than
window
incomplete. I'll take that all day than
closed.
him trying to run around and take a loss or a hit.
I'll tell you what you'll take, and you will take that.
I mean,
Series thing. What are we watching here?
That's what everybody's asking.
Drop back. Ooh. I don't feel like I've ever seen Dowdell catch a pass.
no, but I like that they threw at the blitz.
Don't start getting cute and trying to
That's what
point
I've
out
been
schemes and
about.
shit.
Turnovers in the competition.
Stop
got
letting the
better
blitz
as the
run
US
you out of the
win what we
pocket
know
or
with Dana Holgerson
opposite
there.
side.
You
Just
wonder
throw
whether
over
to be
it.
upstairs or downstairs. Looks like he's confidently calling a new foreign language to him, but we'll know a little more.
What are you running here if you're Iron Dick Holgerson?
One or two series, but more than
I'm just going to throw a touchdown real quick and get it
Oh,
over.
okay.
play with conviction.
37.
As you said, this is where USC
Bring in the Haas.
3rd and 5+. This is 3rd and
What in the
Thank
what
you.
in the? Thank you. That's a makeup call.
for Isaiah.
Did they
Well,
throw a
he looked
flag?
like he
I
was
thought I
getting
saw a
held.
flag.
We did.
There's no
Looked like
flag
he's-
on the screen.
Fooled by the yellow mouthpiece.
Did he not get pulled? Like
It
grabbed
was
by
a
his
yellow
jersey and pulled?
mouthpiece. They said it was a yellow mouthpiece down there.
Well, when he goes to turn,
Both sides do, right? Lincoln Riley took two shots, one-on-ones outside, didn't win them. Dana Holgerson
It's okay. It's okay. We're building up. Let's just get a good punt here. Let's focus on the punt, please. Could you focus?
You see coordinators say, "Hey, my job is to get you a one-on-one. Your job, win it."
They look like they're bringing press.
I think at least half of our audience thought there was a mark.
Hell of a punt.
It drives Branch over
Golly.
the 20-yard line, and he will skate free for a moment and back
What a boy.
to 25.
Holgerson punted the hell out of that ball.
yeah, he did a great job. Holgerson still isn't running real sharp routes.
A lot of changes around this
But
ball game. Nebraska
he'll get there.
and
He's
USC,
new.
traditional powers in LA.
Well, I don't want to say how I feel about it. I don't want to jinx nothing. Let's just keep it chill. What up, Brady?
Keep your mouth shut.
That's what I'm fitting to do.
Before you piss Brady off.
I don't want to do that.
You don't want to do that. I'm with you, Alexander, the great and terrible. I just don't feel like that'll be the case, though, because I've seen other Husker games. That first pass on Banks was 1,000% pass interference.
Absolutely. I don't understand how they could not call that.
I can see letting that one. Was that Nair he was trying to throw to on that third
Yeah,
down?
Nair kind of ripped through his face mask a little bit and shit. So
contact both ways, letting that one go. But you know where I can get some khaki shorts to wear over my leggings?
Who's doing that?
Your boy Jake from State Farm.
We'll have to
I've got
call
a couple refrigerators and car motors out back. I wanted to drag around after the stream, get a little workout in.
But you don't want your inner legs to sweat.
No, God, no.
Brady says, should my Oregon Ducks be worried about a night game at Wisconsin? Probably not.
No.
You guys should handle your biz. If you guys could demoralize them a little bit, that'd be nice. You know, set them up for us a little bit. Maybe be dirty. I don't know. We need all the help we can get at this part.
Tell your receiver to spit in all their faces if you would.
Yeah. Tell that guy to hawk Tua. All right?
Spit on that thing.
By the way, I despise that girl and her fame.
I ain't mad at her. It ain't her fault.
I despise people. Okay.
Somebody found her walking around outside. She gave
and they said, "Hey, here's a dumb whore."
Comment.
It's homecoming.
Laughed about it and walked off.
And I am struck by Adoree Jackson.
All of us dipshits, and not me or you or anybody in this chat person in the same society, made her explode into fame for one comment, and now people hate her for it.
Yeah.
Cool rivalry through the years. You've added USC,
but sometimes she could be deserving of that too, and she is. All right, it's Bobby Altov all over again. Less talented Bobby Altov.
I'd say at least she started a podcast and
got someone paid her to start one and funded everything. She ain't got no talent.
She goes and does.
You think she's making thumbnails, Gary? You think she's hawk-tooing on Photoshop?
100%. I seen her do it.
First down and 10 at the 26.
One carry for Marks on the first drive.
Ooh. Backfield! What a hit!
That's what I'd do to you if you tried running outside on me.
Oh, shit. I won't try then.
Well, for Nebraska, can they find some rhythm and tempo, especially offensively, but defensively?
This doesn't sound like a stupid question, but who's wearing number 1 on defense?
Starts with stuff in the run, they've done it. And for SC, you just explosive playmaking. Offense, defense, and special
Dear
teams.
sir.
Mayava this way and intended for Ford. That's incomplete. There is.
You made me miss that play. I was so disappointed.
Oh, shit.
On this sideline.
Let's go through the defensive backs real quick. Who's our starting defensive backs usually?
Into this game, 15 and white.
Tommy Hill.
Yeah, I think there's
Sick.
conversations. There's no question about it. It's been a number of years here
Buford's
with Lincoln
number.
Riley. And he's played some
One?
ball for them, been a difference maker.
3?
Pieces on the back end of the secondary with injuries
Rule
to
number
deal with
1.
throughout the season.
You're number 1.
I'm number 1.
As a starter for a couple years, then lost his job later in the year.
Deep shot.
Thank you.
Oh, slapped it,
Zaire
buddy!
Wright. Who asked
My
for
guy,
that?
Zaire. My guy. I said he was in Space
Who else
Jam. He
said,
might
"I'll
as
take
well.
3-4 picks, take 2
You
to the
know?
house." There's one.
Unbelievable.
Thank you, David Matney. Gary is a thumbnail whiz.
That we were talking about him, right? He's right there, and he's got eyes to the backfield. Zone coverage.
Was he pressured? Why did he throw that like that?
Kind of a lazy go route there.
He
by
was
Kyle
pressured.
Ford.
Maybe it was a miscommunication with the receiver.
I was just going to start crying that they weren't calling a hold. When our guys were coming through, and then he just sailed it.
Because I've got my eyes all over it, and I know how to take it to the house.
All right, guys. Hey, we got 90 watching. We're not miserable yet. Hit the like button, please. All right, let's hock to and spit on that like button.
I hope we get 3 defensive touchdowns, and then everybody can get excited about how many points they put up now that we got Holgerson. That's what we get for chairs.
That wasn't Holgerson with the interception?
No, Holgerson drew that up.
Oh, okay, good.
Anything that produces points or positive results, Holgerson.
Got it.
Everything bad, Satterfield.
Bro got rocked. Wow.
A lot of scripted stuff in
I mean, is that our first defensive touchdown since Tommy Hill's return versus Colorado? Because it feels like it. No,
we didn't have one against Rutgers?
We had one against Purdue. That was John Bullock's last good game of his entire life.
No, that's not true.
Just being hyperbolic.
Yeah, I like
no
that.
law against being hyperbolic.
No, not anymore. There's not.
That's true.
You're free to say what you want to say for a little while, but don't get comfortable.
I won't.
Oh, my back hurts, dude.
You're telling me, bro.
But mine's way worse than yours.
Well, everyone knows that.
Yeah.
You experience things more vividly and intensely than most.
Yep.
What up, Planet Smoke?
First smart thing you've ever said. Yeah, they said that since they're going backup quarterback, they're going to let Satterfield call plays for USC this week.
That was nice of him.
So we're in good hands.
We just need a win, man. I don't care if it's fluky. I don't care if USC just has a terrible game and that's the only reason we win. It's like getting rid of a curse, I feel like. I know that sounds dumb as shit, because it is.
Things you say, though.
Well, it is.
At least you're consistent.
But sometimes dumb as shit is needed. Okay? What up, Thuzero? Fuzzero?
Yeah, so many of these names, man. I'm like...
You can pronounce it any other way. Yeah.
I ain't gonna try. I like it. I like the originality. I just me no good talking sometimes, you know.
I'd prefer their names were like John, Jake, Jingleheimer, Smith, things like that. Nice and easy. They're showing how fun it is to go to USC. Now show the homeless surrounding the campus.
Yeah.
Now show the gang violence
across the street from the campus.
They're like, well, we did. They're like, we did. We had a crew out there, but they never came back with their footage. We don't know where they are.
But there's a bunch of cameras on Craigslist.
With USC insignias on them.
On the interception on
do you have your bowling shoes on?
I'm not the professional bowler. That's Gurry.
Oh, Sierra Wright's hurt.
Started the first 11 games here, lost his job late
Great.
in the year, won the job back the next year. Last
He
year,
didn't get
lost
touched.
it
I don't know how
again.
you'd be hurt.
He transfers
Plus, he's
in
not used to
spring
running
because
40
Nebraska
yards.
needs some help in the secondary, and
But
what a
about
get
60,
for
wasn't it?
Yeah, he is local. I mean, he is LA.
What are the odds the ball would get thrown directly to Sire for a return? That's crazy. That's simulation shit.
He'll take that though with just a dream come true.
Hey, thanks ESPN.
To not just get the pick.
Really appreciate this game cast you got going on
They're
here.
always on the ball.
And again, if you
They love Nebraska.
Anything that's not SEC, they're really good with it.
Yeah.
Between these two teams, and his name was uttered at least a couple of times by some USC Trojans.
Come on, boys. Come on.
Return for USC, and
They get down to the 35 on that return.
Yeah, take a look at two things. Number one, we mentioned Ty Robinson in the opener. He's right over the center. They run a stunt, and look at him just run right through two people, okay? Secondly, when Maaba looks to throw, we show the eyes on the back end of this. He's trying to throw this with anticipation. But the problem is, your first game, you don't know which way that route's going to be run by Hudson. Is it going to break it this way or that way on the corner route? Plain anticipation sounds great until you throw it to a spot where your guy's not and they are, and they make you pay.
1st and 10.
Tommy Hill's in at the bottom, Hartzog up top.
Woody marks the tailback. See if
plenty of space in the slot for them to get some room.
Blow
Blow it up.
Oh,
Get him, baby.
To take down Branch. Marquise Buford hit the gas.
Bro, I legit feel bad for that running back or that receiver. That's not his fault. His quarterback hanged him out to dry.
So is Nebraska for about 10 weeks. And knowing that, hey, man, after a pick, some go routes that went awry.
That's crazy.
Downhill, says Mr. Buford.
That's what the Huskers would do to Oregon if Oregon was so unlucky to have to face us.
They're lucky. They're counting their lucky.
You know?
Stars. Like, thank God we get Wisconsin.
Thank God we ain't got to see them boys in red.
Suss out exactly what that performance was, but strong so far today.
Hand off.
4 or 5 yards camper. But they were at 3 behind. Was it 3rd and 13 or 2nd and 13? Is that what it was?
Yeah, this has been a Nebraska defense that
Yeah, it looks like it's about to be like 3rd and 7.
Trying to go to some tempo here. And Nebraska quickly shuttling players onto the field.
Now they don't know what the play is. Took too long getting it in.
Is that a different QB? No.
That's on them. That's on them because they didn't let us sub.
Charge timeout, Nebraska, the first of the half.
So Marks was going to split out.
All right.
Did not come off the field,
right?
So it was
no timeout, Nebraska.
Substitution. So
we did.
Nebraska
Maybe they didn't sub.
Timeout.
Yep.
Either way, I'll tell you.
And I'll listen dutifully. You know?
Brady said, thank God we don't have to climb that mountain.
Lucky. Lucky.
Oregon trying to prep for that, like doing videos and trying to put some kind of a positive spin or like not be just completely doom and gloom.
No.
I can't either.
Yeah. You mean if we were Oregon fans?
Ohio State. Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go.
He knows the scheme on the other side.
3rd and 7. Everybody play about 12 yards deep here.
So good at
15.
Yeah, just be safe.
Let's make sure they can get to the line of, to the first down marker. Then we'll think about tackling.
3rd and 7 for USC off the Nebraska.
They need to get to the 45.
Oh,
a little bit of pressure. Oh, wow.
You're too short to be jumping routes like that, bro.
Damn. Is that a tight end?
I
don't know, but look at him try to jump this route.
Quarterback took a shot. I like that.
Too short.
To the field to throw that deep out route with a corner right there. And you saw in the corner their Hartzog cut underneath that nearly. Get his hands upon it. That is a high-risk throw.
Man in motion, fake touch pass, run up the gut, and they'll gain 6.
After you throw a pick
That's
early, I know you never did that.
Mm-hmm.
You throw a pick early. Did you sense the defensive backfield was jumping routes?
They could be a little more
excited, but you
good job, Sat.
Just like Shedeur did earlier today.
Keep it on the ground, little hesitation.
Quick ran play. Oh my God, Hartzog, thank you. Could we possibly get
not have the edge?
A bungled play on 3rd down and 3?
They convert 3rd and 7s. I don't mean they like USC. Teams convert 3rd and 10 and under. They're getting this.
Hand off, and there he goes for the first down. Hartzog almost pulled that ball out of there.
Why is our safety making
anybody in the country, right? That
More
counter,
tackles
that
against the
gap
run
scheme.
than our
And Nebraska
linebackers.
worked on it, and that
defensive
time they
end.
just get a little stuck in that stunt. The big
Scheme?
thing Tony White said is you have to have numbers.
Yeah.
When they try to block down,
Yeah, we'll go with that.
and pull around, they're creating extra gaps, and if you don't have the numbers, well, that happens. You get stuck, and that time the line stunt just could not quite populate.
Again, Lincoln Riley, we mentioned this a couple weeks ago, but the counter-reliance and invention came out of a mistake in a bowl practice.
1st and 10 from the
Take another one
31.
of those picks. There you go.
Handoff stuffed. Love it.
What?
Hutmaker, showing that he was a wrestler in high school and a very good one.
Well, this is about as good an image.
I think as this game wears on, their O-line's going to have a very hard time with those two.
But trust me, he's right in front of Monheim, and he just splits.
You
He
think
goes
you're
right
man
through
enough
the
to make
guard, before
predictions?
he could even
No,
block
sir.
down. And then he creates so much destruction behind the line of scrimmage.
See, I don't know about undefeated, but I'm kind of with you.
We'd be paper tigers.
Yeah, like Colorado.
Yeah.
My humble pea-brained opinion.
And you see why.
Ooh, good play action.
Good defense.
Uh-oh. Oh!
Deuce Robinson went to the top of the mountain.
Jason, he had a touchdown to his left. Right out here, you're going to see a wide open Trojan. It was the third
Oh my God.
chance. He doesn't get his eyes to it, and once again, instead, he just
Who
throws
was that?
one up.
Was that Hill?
And it worked.
That's twice we've had guys like jump and swipe at balls.
6'6", went high to make the
We
play.
just didn't
Now
get
Branch
deep
wants
enough.
that first touchdown.
There's an easy touchdown.
Finally, Zachariah Branch.
Well, it was fun being up.
This is like a microcosm of Nebraska overall. You have a great defensive possession, and it's like, okay, we're good.
I'm doing it. I'm putting my head
We
down
put a
right
good
here.
scoring drive together, and then it's like, oh, we're good. 3 or 4 possessions, you can't even get a first down. We win a game, look good in the game, look like shit for another game or two. It's
I
like,
don't know what the grade sheet with some of those decisions may look like, but in the end,
Yeah.
they do find pay dirt.
You thought watching Colorado on Big Noon was an adventure, but this is about to be a turbulent ride today, let's say.
Yep.
Zachariah Branch lost the touchdown in the Rutgers game. He gets
That is
stopped by
just
Deuce Robinson
abusive,
with a
bro.
beautiful grab
Tommy just mistimed it or what?
after long
and then he misses the
lasts.
tackle there.
Welcome
Like whatever's going on with Zaire Wright, man, they got to get his ass back in. He didn't play that whole drive.
Man.
I don't know how he got hurt. He barely got touched. That dude somewhat grabbed him when he picked the ball off, and then he didn't get touched after that.
Mm.
You're Alexander the Great and Terrible. You're spot on.
What do you say?
Oh no, never mind. That's Zaga. My bad. He said they're just mixing up the play action, and like that's what I said. That's why I was like, why are our safeties, and like sometimes the corners are making tackles on the running backs. They're obviously biting on the play actions. It's not like they're really getting too deep. It's like when you saw that replay, Hill's with that dude going all the way down, and then when the quarterback's rolling out, he stops, lets that dude get 10 yards behind him, and then I think it was Hartzog tried to come over the top and help, but he got there too late. Hill just barely hops and swipes at it. It's like, dude, just backpedal. You didn't have to turn and run back. Like the way that ball was hanging, you could have just backpedaled and swiped it.
Nothing like going up for a interception jump ball, whiffing, and then some giant dude from behind you just jumps over you, knocks you to the ground, and catches it. Like,
When then
That's
Hartzog tried jumping the route, he had pretty decent coverage on the one. He tried jumping the route. He's not long or tall or has enough vertical to get to it. Ends up letting the receiver have a pretty open catch.
they showed on the replay his tight end on the left side of the field was wide open. Could have just crab
He would have had to
walked into
throw
the end
completely
zone.
back across his body when he was already running away to the right.
I think if he would have looked left, he would never would have had to have run to the right. He could have just dropped back, pitched it
I
up in
feel
the
like
air
you're
to the
trying
left.
tell me,
Oh, shit.
but I'll tell you.
Oh.
So it's okay. You forgot.
But, like, if you think about it, if that happens again a couple more times, as far as him making mistakes and just reading shit wrong, that could turn into more interceptions, more turnovers if we're able to capitalize.
Or he's on the sidelines now, and they're showing him the Surface Pro going, look at this. Look at this.
For nearly 160 years. Nebraska on the board first. Big plays galore after the Robinson catch. Zachariah Branch to the end zone.
Royal Pine said 100% forgot about football today.
Championship team for you.
Well, congratulations. I wish I could have.
In that last drive, Brock.
Yeah, there's a few more plays to click through on that tablet, and they've done this after every drive, just walking through each of the reads. As I mentioned to you, he had the young tight end, Lions, open for the vertical.
Comes the kick.
A lot of just guts to keep pushing the ball down the field after that early interception.
Allison Williams downstairs, so is Dana Holgers.
All right, get another look at Holger.
Only our second offensive
from the
possession.
sideline. He said it's for a couple of reasons. First of all, it's where he's more comfortable. He hasn't been in the box since probably 2008. But also it speaks to how comfortable he is with this offense and the terminology. He didn't feel like he needed to be upstairs where it's more quiet and sterile.
It's just so weird, right? To see a new OC mid-season, end of the season, like you just never see this. 3 games left, they bring in some rando off the street.
Some rando.
There's one
Come on,
of those
Barney.
jet sweeps you were talking about. Here is
Come on,
All
Barney.
right. Ugh. And who was blocking for him out there?
Just like Lincoln on the other side.
Who was blocking? Who wasn't blocking? Don't worry about it.
Try not to get caught up on such trivial
Don't get
things.
too bogged down in the mud.
I mean, in fact, all of his touchdowns this year have been of that variety, 3 on the ground. But you want to stretch that defense, change their eyes.
Emmett Johnson in.
Yeah. Apparently our best pass blocker. He gonna run. Nice cutback, Emmett.
To the outside, and Ramsey
Good shit.
Him down. It's a first down, Nebraska.
That is a great little jump cut there between Dowdell and Johnson, 2 guys that will get you some hard yards. And that maybe is the misnomer with Dana. You think, wow, he's going to come in here, he's going to throw it all over the place with Raiola. Everywhere he's been, and especially at West Virginia, he was known for being able to run the ball too.
Raiola over the middle to Emmett. That'll be another 4, maybe 5, maybe 6.
A couple extra yards. That's kind of the way of
Who held?
right? Like talking to Tony White for Nebraska about Lincoln Riley, he said
what's
if
his
they
name?
can run the ball, we're
The
toast. So that is part of this game is who can run the ball better.
That really helps a true freshman as much as anything else today.
Hand off 2 or 3, probably 2.
All right, I like it.
Coming up,
I like the mixture so far.
Pepe with the stop.
Yeah.
You got some tosses outside. You got some jet sweep type action shit. Run up the guts. Some pass.
In week 1, and UCLA beat Nebraska week 1, setting up the Trojans.
I want to see like from there, like some guys slam. Like he catches the ball, boom, it's out. But it's forward passes, not sideways.
Jerseys, 3rd and 4.
Roll out to the right. Steps up.
Go,
Ooh,
go.
Take it and slide.
Baby.
He slid early.
Whoa.
He slid a whole yard early.
He slid early, but not that early.
No, he slid.
No.
No pun intended, because we saw him, Ohio State, an earlier dive
Yeah.
against UCLA when he did get
About halfway in between where the
Yeah.
spot was and where the.
by sliding. The minute you
What are you doing, man?
He dives face forward there. He's going to move the chains.
And now this leaves Dana Holgers.
Please don't call it timeout.
Go for it. Maybe not. They had the offense on the field, and they're going to rely on Bushina.
That's.
I think that's reflective of what happened to him a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. There's a big hit he took.
What do you have to lose,
He
Gary?
told us, as they do just get that off, he told us that.
I mean, I'm
last
not
week
really
was
mad
the
that he
first
didn't
week
take
where
the
he
hit.
really felt
No, I'm mad they didn't go on it for 4th and 1.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah.
What do you have to lose? You trying to protect your perfect season there,
I
Matt?
mean, if you grew up
You're a dumpster fire. Oh, my God, man.
Tom Osborne.
Nah, David, they took off too early. I mean, I was busy this week, and I was going to meet with them, and then it just schedules didn't work out. They tried calling today about running around doing appointments and stuff. It shows clearly.
Between these two programs has been displayed on the field.
And they've only somehow met.
They deserve to get a touchdown scored on them right now, to be honest.
No, I mean, I hope it works out. I hope they're able to, like, it works out flipping the field. I mean, it is the right analytic, whatever you want to call it, deal, but it's like that shit kind of has to be out the window for these guys.
Very active in motion. Mayava on a throwback for Marks. A great receiver out of the backfield, and Woody Marks.
Good hustle play. Who was that?
Some energy for the offense.
Who's 97?
Williams. James, I think.
He's the wrong color, and he's 90.
Oh, shit.
James is the wrong color.
He looked light-skinned to me.
To one of the more productive running backs is a pass catcher in all of college football.
Zaire Wright's back in.
Was a receiver growing
Thank
up.
Christ.
Hey, good news. We've got a 20-yard
Cushion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The middle when he hits the tight end Lake McCree to set up second and short.
And that does not look like much, Jason, but that ball is out so fast.
Yeah. Riley's getting settled into this defense where it's like, okay, we'll take what they give us.
Yep.
Right, with all these little bubbles and screens and little stick routes and option routes like that, the quicker that ball's out of the hands,
now
the
Williams
quicker
is
you
in.
give the receiver, the tight end, the opportunity to get you to 2nd and 1.
Second and 1. Once you guys back up, play a little deeper.
As well.
I'm surprised the D-line doesn't play 4 yards off the ball.
Run up the gut, shot out of a cannon. He'll grab a quick 10, 15 yards.
USC first down. It's a gain of 12 again.
I mean, look how many guys he just runs right now. This is
Hey, aren't they right about where they would have been if we would have went for it and not got it?
700 pounds moving.
So, yeah.
But if you don't puncture that, that shows you right there, right? We saw Hubmaker earlier. Puncture the line of scrimmage. We saw them overload with numbers. And when you don't, this run game could be potent.
Look how deep they played it. What, like...
Joyner in now as a tailback. And it's Mayava to throw. He goes to the sideline. That is
I just don't understand playing so deep in the backfield.
Look at Lemon's able to catch that ball, get his eyes up.
The only guys that have been beat deep were because they tried jumping routes. It's not like, oh, dude, they're going to blow the top off us if we don't play 15 yards deep.
Intrigue galore through 15 minutes.
They're just marching down the field, taking everything underneath.
Living in Omaha, Dave Matney says, what happened to this team? I'd like to take a crack at it. I know one thing that happened to this team. Matt Rule lost his cool. I honestly believe that he lost his coaching edge, and the players can tell. They lost their playing edge. They have no edge. He has no edge. Neither do they. Bro looks like an Auschwitz hostage in these press conferences. Okay? He looks like if he answers a question wrong, they're going to throw him in a gas chamber. So, you think the players don't read that? Like, sad, bro. Going out sad. 4th and 1, you just scrambled. You can't draw something up. You don't trust them to go out there and push big-ass Patty Mahomes Jr. I say that joking and sarcastically.
I mean, you can't bring in
1
Harvard,
yard.
Bring
You can't,
Harvard and
exactly.
Dowdell together and
Exactly.
like do a read where I'm giving it to Dowdell up the gut. If they stack the middle, I'm taking off on the edge. But, you know, when he's out there, they're probably going to worry about him on the edge. So Dowdell could probably fight his way through. Like, I wish you could be on the sideline and see how hard, like if Holgerson's pushing, like, we got this, let's go. You know,
Let me ask you this.
Do it, rules like, no, we got plenty.
I'm not saying I'm actually thinking. This is just a question. Is there anything that, like, in these 3 games, is there anything that could make you question whether or not you wanted Rule to return next season? Obviously, he's going to, and you don't pull the plug because the rebuild is rebuilding. It's slow, but it is rebuilding.
No, because I'm not saying I never will. Kind of like the Satterfield thing. Like, it could get to that point, but it's just not there. Like, I still stand by the bulk of this is the players. Like, you can give all the rah-rah speeches and dial up the best plays in the world, and the players have to go make it happen. And when they're playing like they're flat or, like you said, have no edge, things like that, I hear and I understand people's arguments of, like, that's the coach's job is to get them like that, but it's also your job when you're making NIL money, you're on full ride scholarship playing D1 football, to come to play and show everybody up and show that you want to be an NFL player. And he can try to change the culture, but where he didn't go the Signetti or Dion route and flip the entire roster, you still have a culture of guys that know nothing but losing. Like, you're bringing in these young guys that can be playmakers and dynamic athletes, and hopefully as the turnover happens, especially next year, you're losing a lot. Hopefully that's kind of out. And now you've got these guys creating their own identity as far as what you do when your back's against the wall, how you come prepared to games every day and shit like that. And it's not, I don't think it's like a cancerous thing, so to speak, where, like, you got guys who don't give a shit and it's rubbing off on the young guys, but there's just, we keep changing coaches and changing coaching staffs and this and that, and the team just always looks the same.
Drive, picked them on the second drive. On the third drive, they went tempo just to speed it up on us. Really, they're moving the ball by running it. We had a chance to pick that ball off, and they made a play. So, and then for us, just got to keep hammering away at it and try to make some more plays.
Matt, thanks for the time.
Thanks.
Interesting first quarter. Thank you to Allison and to Matt Rule as well for spending the time. But USC,
holy shit, look how tight he's playing on top. There you go. He about lost his roster spot.
Right?
First 2 drives, 11 yards.
Good job, Bo.
There we go. We don't want anyone near the line of scrimmage.
One more time.
Why would we?
And there's a marker coming in. And this thing that we saw bubbling over
Attack
in the
on 15
has spilled out onto the field in play, and the officials are going to have to really wrangle this thing.
Jesus, man. This is about to get out of hand.
To get in the middle of that, honestly.
Yeah, that looked like
they're about to
Thompson,
get 15 free yards on
so,
top of that. We're going to be down a tutty. Our offense can't get first downs, let alone move the ball.
Personal foul, laid it out of bounds. Defense, number 56. 15-yard penalty will be added into the run. Automatic first down.
We were in Lubbock last week, but the game that got a little bit out of hand. Here you see Thompson.
Clowns, bro.
Syracuse. And there was a play a little bit like this, Jason. There was contact, and he threw him out of bounds. Contact was early. Thus, no penalty. But when you have contact and you get out of bounds, you got to let go. Yeah. And I think a nice job by the officials there to not let this chippy, emotional game do what it did a weekend ago.
So far, hard side back so far.
It officially is a 26-yard play with the personal foul on the back end.
And nobody in between. That tight end's going to kick out. That's a run.
Woody Marks again.
And nice fake. And they're in scoring range. So glad Rule tucked his balls between his legs and decided not to go for that first down on 4th and 1.
Yep. Excellent to get the ball out of his hands, distributing to everybody, but that was not part of his game. And that young man, and that smile says, it's a part of mine.
He's not looking to run necessarily, but he's got the capability.
I mean, almost the entire length of the field.
Got a 1st and goal here. Short toss. Marks cuts that upfield. What explosion.
This is disgusting, dude. This is disgusting. Don't worry, we got a lot of fight after the play. We got a lot of fight after they get their yards. That's when we fight. That's when we're willing to take a stand.
He's trying to smooth it over.
Ooh, we might have had some punches thrown here, too.
You got that on your clicker there?
Don't give away all my secrets.
Okay. We've seen the clicker on the screen already, okay?
But what that run does, the QB pull, is it makes that defense have to think now.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, offense number 6, 15-yard penalty from the end of the run.
Well, this will give them a nice opportunity to pad some stats before they score.
Penalty toward disqualification.
Wow. That looked like both of them.
I'll take another one of those picks real quick.
Good second person.
Second guy, but
You know me, dude. Like, you always would give me shit when we'd be playing NCAA. I'm always wanting to punt and play it safe and shit. No hesitation. You have to go for it on that 4th and 1.
I agree. As we get a false start, or a false start on the defense.
Defensive false start.
Defensive false start. I agree with you. But at the same time, if I'm rule, the offense needs to show me something. Like, you have what, 1, maybe 2 first downs the whole game. Like, you don't look like you can do anything. Why am I going to trust them to go get must-get yards? You know, the last time you had a chance to convert on 3rd down, your quarterback slides a yard and a half short of the marker. And it's like, and I'm not mad at him for it, but at the same time, like, to counter that, your quarterback did probably what you've been telling him to do. Take what they give you and just don't get hit.
Oh, my God, Hartzog.
Hartzog has to stop thinking he's 6'3" with a 7-foot wingspan. God damn, man.
Standing reach.
What is happening here today?
yeah, this one is
Oh, right through his hands. Right through his hands. Right through his hands.
You didn't have that one on your bingo card.
I mean, you get a 15-yard penalty and it doesn't matter.
Not making the interception on the deep shot to Deuce Robinson. There it is, yet again, an opportunity out.
Look, you can say 3 missed interceptions. I mean,
I'm ready for another corner.
Tried jumping the route earlier, didn't get it because he's too short. Tried that one, didn't get it because he's too short. Hill stopped too soon, and as soft as the ball was thrown, he could have just backpedaled 3 steps, hopped up and grabbed it, but didn't.
Pinball here. Oh, it's off the rails early today now. We waited until the 3rd quarter in Lubbock last week.
Well, GG, boys. It was a fun season for the first 5 games. Remember that?
Yeah, when we were playing UTEP in Northern Iowa.
Ooh, we were good, baby. We were good. Not that good. I was thinking about UNI the other day, and it's like next season, if we have a performance against a UNI-level team the way we did this year, I will know that that means we are not for real. Because we were willing to look past UNI and be like, well, you know, nope. Nope. If we show up next season looking like that against a mid-major, that's letting you know what the rest of the season will truly be. Because you said it during that. You're like, dude, what happens when we go play Big Ten teams if we're getting pushed around like this? This is what happens. I am heel turning very slowly on Matt Rule. I just want you to be aware of that. I want you to realize that that's happening. I want you to be calm about it. And I don't want you to give me any shit about it.
I've noticed.
That 4th and 1 rubbed me the wrong way.
I've been pissy with his situational, whether it's time management, timeout management, the pussyfooting at the end of halves. We'll just get into halftime safe, or not going for it on 4th and shorts. But a lot of people want to change coaches when things are like this. And I understand that to an extent. But how many years or how many stretches are we going to go 2 or 3 bad years, change a coach, 2 or 3 bad years, change a coach, 2 or 3 bad years, change a coach, before we acknowledge Frost looked good as an offensive coordinator in Oregon. He looked great as a head coach at Central Florida. Rules looked good everywhere he's gone, aside from the NFL. The different coordinators have been brought in, looked good in different places. Whipple had stints with multiple teams in the NFL. Like, at what point are people going to finally go, all right, man, let's take all these guys and get them the hell out of there and start over from scratch, eat a year or two. The recruiting's going well. I mean, they're flipping guys, bringing in 4 stars, some 5s, and a lot of that has to do with Raiola, but like capitalize on it.
Jaden plays with no governor.
Because if you keep doing this shit, Raiola's going to be gone. You're probably going to lose a lot of the 4 stars you get, and then the looks you get 5 stars. So if you got to eat shit and hurt some feelings and be like, hey, guys that have always lost, always, and look the same way, always, as in always, always. Sorry, we love you to death, but this whole thing needs a facelift.
Yeah, head coach with just a very strong
and let these young
4
and 5 star guys, maybe 4 stars, but let these guys be baptized by fire, so to speak, so that one, you're rushing the development a little bit more. You're probably going to lose some guys in the process because it's going to be too much for them to grasp. But that's how you're really going to change the culture. You can go in and preach shit. You've got the same guys.
Raiola throws over the middle. Barney gets 4 or 5 yards.
Barney just went through the car wash there.
That was Mason Cobb.
Like that. Like, that's a dude who's not part of that pre-existing cesspool, whatever you want to call it. In my mind, he's hands down the best offensive player we have.
Coaches, personnel, but also some fresh legs.
Like, what would Carter Nelson look like? Or
important game for both teams with bowl
what's his name?
eligibility in the balance here. Raiola gets it.
Ooh. Lindenmeyer with a nice one-hander.
Soft hands for a first down.
That was a great catch, and he's only got 1 in his whole career. In fact, it was the UTEP game.
So I do, by the way, refuse to believe that we burned Carter Nelson's red shirt. So even if you tell me that mathematically it's burned, I will not believe you.
It's been non-existent, other than when they want him to jump over the pile from 4 yards back. He was a high jumper in high school.
Sundo, we went up 7-0. Bang, bang, touchdown, touchdown.
That's what I was trying to think of, Brett. I don't know. To me, it makes 0 sense.
Because we made a decision to redshirt him.
It makes no sense that you put a red shirt on him and then wasted what could have been a redshirt year on Carter Nelson.
We didn't waste Carter Nelson. He still got his red shirt.
I'm saying you wasted a year of his eligibility. You used a year of his eligibility.
No, he's still eligible to be redshirted.
Dude, he has 3 years of eligibility left now, is what I'm saying. He doesn't have 4 anymore. You should have redshirted him. If you were going to waste a year of his eligibility, not preserve it.
You talking Malachi?
Not kick it down the road. Jesus Christ, dude. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I don't.
What eligibility? You get 4 years of eligibility in college football unless there's a COVID year or some other weird shit. You wasted 1 of those years on Carter Nelson by having him in games that he had no impact on, no plays drawn up for, nothing. You should have used the red shirt on him, so you still have 4 years of him.
But I seriously don't believe you. You're gonna have to. There we go. Nice first down. You're gonna have to show me on paper that he used 4 games, and then I'm still not gonna believe you because I refuse to believe it. Because if that's true, I'm gonna have to carpet bomb Matt Rule's office. And I don't want to have to do that.
There we go. God damn it, dude.
is one that he knows right there. Those are the plays with an offense that's struggling to find the end zone. Just one touchdown for Raiola in the last 4 games. In those first down gimmies, that's a gimme. Just set your feet, put it on them.
Rizip says Carter Nelson has played in every game. They have him on special teams. Well, in that case, I'll be sending Matt Rule anthrax after this game. Let's see if I have some in my...
Can I tell you who I'm here
I
for?
do. Who? Raiola. Ooh, looking for a deep shot.
There we go. There we go. That's who.
Who was
I don't care. Like the.
Yeah, here you go. I mean, the third down numbers are remarkable. Such a turnaround from a season ago in many ways defensively, but maybe the biggest of all, this down.
And we saw it with the movement on the line. You asked Danton Lynn, where should your eyes go on third down? And
Here we go, 3rd and 10, right where we want them. All right. Raiola. Got a man in the backfield. Drop back, quick pass to Bonner. Get him, Bonner! However, should we be throwing behind the line of scrimmage when it's 3rd and 10? Does that not feel like a lucky...
I mean, if guys are going to block, go ahead. They did a good job blocking for him.
It's true.
That's what I'm saying. Well, like, not trying to take up for Satterfield, but that's my point with the plays he's calling relies heavily on outside and downfield blocking. That's also why I get mad at him. It's like, you got guys that can't do it. So, like, yes, your play should
Raiola
be working.
throws over the middle. Ooh, Emmett with it. No way. How did he turn? Nobody was there to stop that? Wowie.
That was actually a really good throw by Raiola.
Bullied to greatness.
Floated in the air for 5 minutes.
Had to bully him. Had to bully him a little bit. I think Raiola's listening to the show in his earpiece. He heard the shit talk and adjusted, and we like that.
Because if I start floating passes or throwing screen plays into the dirt, can you, like, shit talk me a little bit? It kind of gets me going, gets me juicy.
Yeah, we're just doing it for him.
It's like, I don't really want to do it. He goes, come on, man, I need you to. If you need me to, I will, but I'm not going to.
We said, we're too positive. We believe in you.
We're way too positive.
They have made sure that 14's not going to win it.
See, there's accuracy, period, but, like, quick in his head, very quickly deciphering the difference between a touch pass and the pass. The ball needs to be there now. Like, I feel like so much is like just floating balls in or whatever, and he has good touch. Like, he can drop them in, but there's a lot of times where it's like, man, get that thing on a rope and let the dude keep moving with it. And then when he has like that screen he threw to Barney, it turns around, chucks it, and then it's like, now he's super inaccurate.
Now, do you think it's a coincidence that I threatened Matt Rule with anthrax and then we throw a touchdown?
Not even a little bit.
Because I don't.
You could see his face kind of in the background right when you said that.
He started licking his lips real quick.
Yeah, he started licking his lips, ran over to Holgerson. He's like, we got to score it now.
That's good. Now, don't worry. ESPN's not going to bother having a play-by-play for us. So don't you worry about that.
Click on a SEC game, I'll bet there.
Oh, yeah.
On the
Detailed. Appreciate it, Dennis. Leonard says maybe we might have a chance. Sure. But we're going up against a really good offensive coach with a quarterback who can do things that we don't normally handle well. And that coach seems to have figured us out. No, he hasn't.
That could be an issue in the second half.
Their play calling is so smooth right now, dude.
Well, it doesn't.
And unaffected by our defense.
It's a lot easier to call plays when you know the defense is going to give you a 12-yard cushion every play.
So you're heel turning on Tony White.
No, but I wish he would be a little bit less content with the bend but don't break ideology. Because both of those plays, or I'm sorry, both of those drives they scored touchdowns on.
He had a defender right there in the
interceptions, the way he did his thing. But again, you're looking at, you don't have the corners, let alone the overall DBs to execute what you're trying to have done.
Yeah, we need some bigger corners, man. Dudes have shrimp arms.
Leverage, not happy.
I guess I'll go out. I'll walk on next season. Fuck it. I'm 6'3". I'll go out there and do it.
Got it.
I'll do it myself. Fine. You know any other 37-year-olds that have walked on as a corner?
All the grades.
All the
ones I know of have gold.
Thank you. You're all welcome.
This losing streak has been tough on the young quarterback, Raiola, just in terms of numbers, as Bushini will drive the ball.
Kickoff is away into the end zone. Ooh, nice kick.
We take this opportunity to remind you that tomorrow on Fox, a great slate of NFL action comes your way. NFC North rivals go head-to-head. Jordan Love and the Packers, Caleb Williams and the Bears.
How you feeling about Caleb Williams?
You say, new offensive
well,
coordinators in this ball game, or the
good news is, for the first time in my life, I didn't fall for the hype. Yeah. I told everyone I was worried about him and that I didn't have a good feeling about him. And that I hate our organization, the Bears. Even if he was good, the Bears would ruin him. I like it, so, no surprises for me.
Risk taking that Lincoln's calling for you, and you just giving the guys around you opportunities.
Handoff out of shotgun, and he'll grab a nice 10, 15, 16, 17. Swiss cheese defense.
Make tackles on the run game.
Watch him. That's a lot of scribbles. Watch him with the counter, then put his foot in the ground and say, oh, actually, I'm going to cut it right back against the grain.
Is that a counter to the counter block? Pretty much.
Ooh, play action, mixing it up a little bit. He's going to step up. He's going to run for 5.
Stiff arms his way past Bayer. There's some juice behind Jaden Mayavi. He's a pretty soft-spoken young man. There is a marker in on the far sideline at the 40.
What's the flag now?
Holding. Defense, number 15.
Holding on the
perfect. Thanks, Sierra.
It wasn't holding on the offense the last play when
Message to the
Butler was
Nebraska
trying to come off the edge
to communicate and
with his
get
jersey
on
on
the same
backwards.
page.
He
Tony
did that
White
on
saying there was
purpose.
a
He did that to
time when they got
himself.
caught with the two safeties playing 2 different calls. And Matt Rule came over and told his DBs what he mentioned to us at the end of the first quarter. He said, there's 3 balls that have gone right through our hands. The ball is going to be there. Settle down. We've been through this 1,000 times. You got to ride the highs with the lows.
Mayava in shotgun. Play action. Looking deep. Throwing deep. Little too deep. Thank God.
Yeah, just a little bit.
He doesn't have a whole lot of touch on these deep throws. He fucking hucks them down there.
Man, if I put air on that, I could run into some trouble. You see Branch right there in the slot. The guy is electric.
Oh man, what a nice move. Good thing we had him basically doubled.
Ball just misses him by about 1.5 yards. This is a fast.
Yeah, that was like a quarters type.
Just field-wise.
Oh, man.
You're talking about.
He'll never even considered following that dude over the middle.
Shotgun again. Mayava on the 50-yard line. Ball on the 45. Drops back. Out to the sideline, and that's going to be very close to a first. 81's too big for any of our corners, bro.
Give him the wow.
They're all too big for Hartzog.
Don't you think he was a
I said wow.
I thought so. Let's see if replay takes another look at this. But that is that's a good 40-yard throw, 35, 40-yard throw all the way across.
Been there, Dennis.
And that's some of that precision we talked about in the open.
Guess he had control right at the 35 is what they're saying.
Hand off. Nice grab in the backfield.
But on Mayava, how many times have you heard of a quarterback who got the job as QB1 during a season not call his family and tell him and celebrate?
Should have wrapped his ankle
Yeah.
a couple yards
He
back,
said, "Oh,
but
they'll
it's all
find out."
good.
Well, that I think is part of being one of 8 siblings.
Yeah.
It's a lot of phone calls. He's got a
Rollover
lot of
minutes, as they
texts.
say.
So, he's got a lot in his playbook of Lincoln's to try to learn. They'll find out eventually, and they did.
Second down and 9 for Mayava.
Ooh, a little bit of pressure. A little bit. No.
Now he's gonna have to bolt.
Yeah.
Ah,
And that hit Bullock in the lips.
Was closest. And let's
Please no flag on us.
If anything, it
Please
should
no
be
flag on
holding
us.
on them. That's why he couldn't pick it. His arms were being held
Here's the
down.
thing I'm learning. Everybody on the field be alive.
That's got to be on that receiver,
Every
man.
moment with number
Pass
14.
interference. Offense.
Thank
Yes,
God.
sir.
That
was a
15-yard
pick.
penalty is from the previous spot. Second down.
Sundo Quinn wants to know how Gary's been after his girl Kamala lost.
He just had to bring it up.
He knows you have to be devastated.
Just had to bring it up.
Push off at the last moment. He's kind of engaged, actually. As I said,
I still haven't
be on high
been
alert
able
at
to
any
bring
moment.
myself
head on
to
a swivel.
Eat.
explain to my wife and daughters how their rights are out the window.
That are just, hey, man, and then there's other ones that are just
Have that
you don't know where
conversation.
that ball's going at any
There's
moment.
one thing you want your daughter to be able to do,
Dribble, and they just kinda underhand it to you.
and now that's off the table. You know?
Substitution.
What are you doing? He ain't
Second
getting
and
off the-
24. Well, the ref
What are
was
we doing?
holding it for her. The
Yeah,
ref
had
was
to, 'cause
holding it
they
down.
subbed. They subbed, so they had to let us sub.
Second and 24.
Mayava throws a nice little flare route.
Had to block in the back. But we won't
That's a nice soft little touch.
His way toward the sideline. Bayer had
block in the
it
back
first,
is
slowed it down,
A-okay,
then
guys.
Gifford
Don't
closed
worry
the deal.
about it.
So 3rd and long here. Lance, your kickers, made one from 54 already this season. Lincoln said he's got plenty of range. Curious if this is a call. And for the young first start as a quarterback to realize you don't.
Oh my gosh, they were going quick here. Little bit of pressure.
Good D.
Wow, bro.
Good.
We stopped them?
Didn't Steve. Well, I mean, the 15-yard defense or offensive pass interference helped, but
Huskers
yes.
do an excellent job on this defensive line.
But
Look,
chess.
There's nobody here. They're going to come into your picture and they're going to run their own little stunt.
Now ask me if I'm getting hungry. Yes.
I'm starving.
Where are they?
Are ya?
How do I identify where
I'm
they
always
coming
hungry when we
from?
do these, man.
Wow.
Hey, man, we got to confuse him mentally.
Usually go all day without
Those
eating, but
really
I'm
good veteran athletes that can move.
doing shit. I'm
Get on
sitting
here,
idle.
yeah,
I'm
right.
Just like, man, I should be shoveling
Junior out of
shit in my
Mobile,
face.
Alabama.
Your body's like, I would like to survive. Is now a good time? Oh!
At the 5 for
Do you think you should have risked it for the
No,
biscuit
You
and let it
could've
go?
just moved, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, that's what I
inside
mean.
The fives, inside the 5. Hopefully, it bounces in the end.
Yeah.
Welcome to Hampton by Hill.
Thanks a lot, Satterfield.
No, that was Foley that waved that fair catch inside the 5.
Thanks a lot, Foley.
A player's never done anything wrong.
Mm-mm.
He's only been coached the wrong way.
You're a
Every
good man,
player.
Dennis. You're a good man.
Every player is a future Hall of Famer if these coaches don't.
If they'd get
Screw it
out
up.
the way.
Yep.
Okay. Listen, guys, we just want to pat our stats and have more of the
Yeah.
field to cover. It's not a big deal because we always do. We always do. You know?
You know we're scoring every drive. Doesn't matter if it's from their 5 or our 5.
I'm throwing a deep shot to Lloyd or Nair right here. First play. One of them plays that says back off
A
me.
little play action.
Mm-hmm.
Little play action.
You know?
I say throw a deep one to Banks. Come in with all your bigs like you're going to run. Play action. Let him go scampering.
Don't worry, folks. We still won't have any game cast.
No need.
No.
It's just a Big Ten game. It's not like it's an SEC.
No.
Powerhouse game.
Yeah, that's a good question, JJ. Do not question Foley or Gary will have
it's
a
100%
heart
Foley.
attack.
Foley sat them all down this week, and he goes, I don't care if you're at the 1. You catch
Don't
that
question
ball.
Foley. Okay, I understand that. Did Foley or did Foley not make it clear enough that you never catch the ball inside the 5? Clearly, he didn't make it clear enough.
I wasn't there.
Well, I can tell you by deductive reasoning, he did not make it clear enough because our player did it.
Gotcha.
Making it clear enough is if
and
you
it's like having kids. Like if you tell your kid not to do something, they 1,000% won't do it because you told them not.
You tell them 2 things are going to happen. Number 1, I'm going to pull you from the game. Number 2, I'm going to abuse you in the locker room like they said Mike Leach did against
Gary
that.
Sandusky abuse?
No, Mike Leach.
Okay.
Maybe a little Sandusky.
I'm cool either way.
The day from the 4.
You got to have punishments. There has to be consequences.
Shotgun. Handoff. Oh, baby!
Yeah, nobody saw that coming.
We'll just use it. We'll just lose a couple yards.
Is it offsides? Is that how he got there so fast?
So much talent in that 6'6" frame for Cam Fountain.
Yeah, he looks the way you want him to look. And again, just some emotions, I think, after that play. Guys trying to settle each other down.
Personal foul. Hands to the face. Number 97.
Hey, thanks, refs.
So lucky.
I'm slowly heel turning the other way. Been shitting on the refs all year about how they hate.
That's a face turn.
It seems to be the only. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. It seems to be the only way that we can move the ball on offense is by the refs giving us 15-yard penalties on the defense.
That was a good call.
That certainly helps this Nebraska offense get away from the shadows of their own goal line.
Technically, yes.
Brock looks like when there's not enough
As far as it
energy
affects
drinks in the
the
Bro, he was like choking our linemen.
He shouldn't have had his throat there.
That's true.
And hit Nair, the transfer from Wyoming by way of Texas.
I would say the ball, right? You asked me the first series, how will we know with Dana Holgerson? How will this look differently? I will say the ball is out pretty quick.
And that's different than what you've seen.
I mean, 35% of their passes have been at or behind the line of scrimmage, so they've been a heavy screen team. But I do see that first read open quite a bit. For
Man in motion, it's Bonner. Gonna hit him.
Turn
out on the edge. Come on, Bon. Yeah, Bonner. Holgerson likes Bonner, man.
He doesn't fall down when somebody looks at his shoestrings.
on the other side with the blockers out in front.
Did you just look at my shoestrings?
Is that Borkich out there blocking / holding?
No, Fedone Daddy.
Those guys have been willing blockers.
Wow, Banks actually held a block.
Some of that air raid concept that Dana Holgerson looked at this playbook and went, oh, I'm familiar with that. Yep, I'm familiar with that, is stretching the game horizontally.
They have done that.
Oh!
That play would have worked too. I think.
That was Holgerson's fault, bro. That was Holgerson.
Right at the
He threw it. Why would Holgerson check himself in the game and throw it like that?
Right on the edge.
You cock.
As they get to that bare front, and he's got eyes on. He's not the biggest guy, but he times
Man,
it
that would've
perfectly. As you could see, the Nebraska blockers getting.
I don't know.
Again, another screen.
I'll tell you.
Oh, you'll tell me?
Yeah.
It's Cobb against the Cornhuskers, by the way, if you're keeping
Motion.
track. Second down.
Hand off. Emmett.
Ooh, Emmett, nice cut. Nice spin on
inside.
it. Is that talent?
I'll take.
It's been so long, I can't see
Emmett
too
Johnson
good.
And Bonner, if you don't mind.
This time it's Ramsey, the best defender for USC,
Look at
back from
Banks.
injury.
Look at Banks out there.
Carlton Banks.
Carlton
It's the athleticism of Johnson showing off in the open field.
Do those sink ships, by the way? Is that how the phrase goes?
Loose hips, loose.
Yeah, let's pull Emmett out of the game now. He's definitely got to breathe after one run.
Too many yards.
Everybody's making changes in this game. We might as well too.
Raiola looking deep. Looking deep-ish. Oh! Intercepted.
He's good. That's that 5-star we're all salivating for.
Yeah, that is Smith on there.
Thanks a lot, Satterfield. We know you snuck that play in there.
For a pick six, this is a corner route that for Dillon, he's trying to throw his receiver open, but it's these two
He's like,
that
this
are just
drive's
going
going
to
way too well.
And Smith
I'll
is in
put
his
it
hip
into
pocket
this
the
pretty
entire
damn
time, kind of
fast.
grabbing,
That's
kind of
not
holding.
holding.
And that is a throw.
You're 100% allowed to grab his jersey the whole way through his route.
I know I got a bigger receiver, but this guy has got him inside out, just blanket.
God dang it,
nowhere
man.
for that ball to go other than to the arms of Jalen Smith.
You know, this ride that these two teams are
Yeah, Fuzero says he was never open. It's very true. Raiola might have expected him to be open, but he never was. So that's a case of this is where I'm planning to go.
Morbicher was open about 4 yards out. He looked at him and then looked downfield.
into the backfield.
Gotta learn to
Jet
take it
sweep.
seriously.
Nice defense. Thank you.
Rob Butler, let him know.
Second and long coming up.
It's nice that Jimmy Butler has some eligibility and he chose to come play for the Huskers. You know,
It's
pretty good on defense.
Coming into the season, that opener with Matt Rule we had were -17.
He put his dreads back in for this, for football.
He's got him up in the helmet, though.
Even this year, they're even today. But even's not going to be good enough.
When you're 4 and 21.
2nd and 13. Throw out to the edge. Nice job. Sling his ass down by his horse collar. Too much? Too aggressive? I should hold back.
Collar.
Horse collar.
Has had two 14-point leads that have gone away. Penn State and Maryland.
It's about time for
Nebraska, close losses have become their
Urination.
You to top off that coffee?
Yeah, it's like this psychological hurdle, and one of the two is going to get over it today.
3rd and 8. Can we get a storp?
3rd and 8.
James Williams on the edge here, ready to go.
Maybe make a change here.
He's sending the Haas on this 3rd down. Watch for the quick pass.
Only 4 cents.
Oh, only 4 cents.
Ooh, scared him a little, though. Scared him a little.
There was some running room for Zachariah Branch here.
That was the play, man. That was a big gain if he completes that.
A beautiful little slant and out. And he knows it right away. As quick as that ball does come out, that is a throw that you got to make sure you put right on the number 1.
I wonder how much of that is 5 hits and 8 hurries already for the Nebraska defense on him.
No question.
All right, now let's catch this inside the 2. Okay, let's outdo ourselves from last.
Well,
oh, that almost got blocked.
3 Huskers were there.
Oh, Barney. All right.
okay, so maybe Foley did go. What the hell were you thinking? Catching that. Barney, you're up. But we won't talk about that. We'll wait until another player screws up and then go, no. Players don't mess up.
They're a show.
They're a show, but these 2 games back-to-back on our network today are just a ride.
Yes.
Because you look up, and a Colorado game's like 24-18, then suddenly it's 49-24.
Why does USC have so many open seats? Is that just how their stadium is?
Yeah, I don't think
First
they ever
down
have
for
that.
Nebraska. Keep it on the ground.
Come back to the end zone.
Well, yeah, but then also, like, top left, there's nobody.
Won the toss, they deferred. So a chance here to maximize this drive before half, get the ball to begin the second half. And for Dylan Raiola, that feels good. When you throw a pick like that and your defense rises up in a sudden change and a 3 and out, giving it right back to you, that can actually
What
be
are we
a
timing out?
for your
Oh,
quarterback.
2-minute warning, folks.
Let's just get out of this half safe game. Let's not
We're even at 14.
try to get a score here or anything.
That's what I'm really hoping he'll do is just be aggressive.
I mean, That's the right call. That's what the analytics tell you to do.
Just sit on it like a goose sitting on its egg. Do geese lay eggs? They have to, right?
Are you being serious?
We'll figure it out.
You sound like Peter Griffin when he... I didn't know that.
Listen, I'm not
I thought dogs laid eggs.
I'm not a goose expert. I'm sorry.
Apparently you're not
all right.
Third grade science expert either.
Science has changed a lot in the last...
That's true. You never have
years.
trusted the science, though, if we're going to be
exactly.
fair.
I'm not a trusting man.
You were a wee lad. You didn't trust the science.
Or believe in it.
Be right back.
All right. Stefan says Matt Rule can't run a 2-minute offense. Well, it's like he just doesn't want to do a 2-minute offense unless it was to try to win the game. But this whole like notion of, hey, let's try to score before half. Let's get a field goal attempt before half. It's like, nah. Let's just not have anything terrible happen, and then something terrible always happens. You know, Mr. Raj says, remember the offense only scored 7, and the second half they never score. Yeah, I'm really hoping things are different with Dana, and they do look different. So why can't they be different? You know, why can't we have some new tendencies? Maybe he's a second half coach. Maybe, you know, this was like his first half was his preseason. Now we're in his regular season. I don't know, folks. I'm trying to hang on to hope here. Because this team really knows how to zap it out of you. Jim says need to keep a back in for pass pro. Yeah, and that's going to be your boy, Emmett. I feel like Emmett's really taken over that starting role.
He was a consultant for TCU at the time.
Lord knows he's earned it.
For a long while, so he called and said, "Hey, can I come watch practice?"
Gamecast? No.
Suddenly, in November of the year, he is the offensive coordinator facing USC.
Yeah, he had all sorts of journeys to France, traveled the world.
Holgerson's looking. What's the best conservative play I can dial up here?
Little RB Flair. Come on, Emmett. Okay. I like that he fell forward.
It's the same thing as a 2-yard run, except it took about 5 extra seconds off the clock.
He was in the offensive meeting, so it's not like he was scanning our defense and everything. But two friends for a long while.
What do you call?
Don't worry.
What are you calling? You still drinking Red
I'll be calling Sats plays for you.
Good.
Timeout USC, by the way. They want to get the ball back, so there's a big 3rd and 4 coming up. Now, Dana Holgerson, through the years, I don't know that we recognize how much he had changed facially.
Who's that?
Jeez, Dana.
From what?
There's some chicks for the rest of us.
Together.
Man, I miss those oversized khaki days, number 1. And number 2, Lincoln said, oh, yeah, he was the choir boy.
I think he's sexier now.
Oh, God, yes.
I like my OCs with a little bit of seasoning.
Total choir boy. And
you know?
A little different journey the last couple decades.
Back then, he didn't look like George Carlin.
No.
Now, at this point, you could argue that he looks
this
like
is good, man. This is what he's built to do. This is what he loves to do.
3rd and 4, Gary. I'm calling something where Raiola can scoot with his legs and slide 2 yards early. Okay?
Word.
He said about the TCU games, he went to a couple and said, I can't do anything about it. I hated it. 3rd down and 4.
Raiola under pressure. Sack.
That wasn't
He is dropped.
Didn't look like their side got it there early. That right side. Obviously not.
Let's see.
Look at the left side.
Part of the reason is
Circle
look at the left side. Like,
nope.
I don't think they knew That snap was coming. They couldn't hear the snap.
Damn, he had some shit developing there.
Good T, whatever, just decided he didn't need to get off of the ball.
Gotula.
Yeah.
Is that how you say it? Gatula?
Something, I don't know.
Spatula?
Give a shit.
Oh, shit.
Give a rat's ass.
Get him, get him, get him, get him, get him, get him, get him. Get him, get him, get him, get him, get him, get him, get him. Too bad you can't review offsides.
He wasn't offsides. He just.
Oh, really?
No, he just
jumped it perfectly.
No, the left tackle just stayed in his stance. Didn't get up when the ball was snapped.
Yeah.
Right around him. Because that's how Raiola coaches the offensive line. He's like, don't get up until about a second or two after.
Give them a head start.
It's not the Tua or whatever his name's fault. It was Donovan Raiola's fault.
Here is the punt. Losing it in the sun a little bit. Down at the 40.
60 yards.
Zaga says, glad we only burned 40 seconds off the clock. Yeah, we want to give them a full 2 minutes, man.
Flag now, man. What did Foley do?
Holding. Number 6 receiving team.
Never mind.
That 10-yard penalty will be added to the end of the
Good.
game. 1st and 10, USC.
Great job by the gunner to get held.
Penalty for USC with one
Like we did
timeout.
there.
Gunnar Gatula?
Jaden Mayava running now a totally different offense. That UNLV offense that he ran.
Why does Matt Rule look special needs to me right now?
Running backs to the side. And Lincoln Riley told us, evaluating was interesting, but the one thing he loved was the decisiveness that Mayava threw the ball with. And this is the moment where maybe you see that play out with about 90 seconds
And
left.
a little bit of the creativity to extend some of the plays. And I'll say this, too, in the first 30 minutes. And he's willing.
I'm just saying he's got some special needs. Don't we all?
We just give me a chance. Well, Jaden will give you a chance, and
you know,
finish it on the other end.
Wow. USC already dropped 55 first-half penalty yards.
All right, no one in the backfield.
The Trojans back to the 30.
No one in our backfield either. Oh no, they are there. They're just off the
50
screen.
yards off.
Playing for deep.
Ooh, little screen. They'll grab a few.
Robinson was
3 yards. James Williams hurt.
That was Zachariah Branch.
That's going to be
Isaac
him.
Gifford was over there as well. This all started hours before the game at midfield between these two teams.
Yep.
It was a great find by our crew, and
After
that
the
sort
play
of
was
set the
over,
tone.
personal foul. Offense number 1. Unnecessary roughness. The down count.
I might have to slurp one of these refs after the game,
I
man.
tell you, dude, these refs are not.
And this is one of these
They don't know what conference they're
like,
working for.
You know, it's Nebraska game, right?
That's, to me, pretty dirty.
They're going to be like, oh, that's what we were talking about in the meeting. My bad. I'm so sorry. Smoked a little weed before the game. I forgot.
The clock will start on the snap.
So Nebraska just
So is your
declined the runoff. They'd like to get
jacket
the ball back.
just like really puffy in the front? What am I looking at?
And the penalty just stopped the clock. So it'll.
Oh, okay. I thought you had a hood in the front.
What's your play?
I know you got a lot of hooded options.
I put popcorn in it, but I'm just like,
Oh, shit. 2nd and 22,
I put
folks.
a dip in and just lean forward and spit, and I just rinse it out.
Force the 10-second runoff. Game clock
Rinse it
operator,
out.
please reset the game clock to 1:16.
Can I ask you
The
why,
clock
Brock?
will start on my signal.
Why?
Now, when like these guys are UCLA and that are like shooting themselves in the foot with penalties,
I would not do that. I would want every second.
do I
here.
blame the players for not making them pay and capitalizing on that, or is it the coaches that I should be directing my approach? I'm just curious.
Now that's topical.
Which means then the penalty ends up
Get a little deeper there, guys.
an odd effect on this
Playing
whole
way
game.
too tight on these receivers at the bottom of the screen.
And now
Oh!
USC might want to speed this thing up. Seems like every week there's a game.
What do you get, 19 on that?
Middle ground of the clock stuff.
He got 19, and the secondary still was barely in the picture.
Kind of nicked up. He's played. he's down on the ground.
Yeah, it's kind of a game of chicken, right? And he has been banged up, and he's fighting through just the injuries of the course of the season. But a little game of chicken, like, well, let's just run it. And all of a sudden, you pop one of these runs, and guess what play it is?
Damn.
It's what you were talking about, the counter.
Yeah, we're just going to run the counter. That's what we
do. We're so lucky Gifford chased his ass down.
Timeout USC.
Because, bro, I think he might have been gonzo.
So timeout USC with the injury.
When I rewatch this game tonight or tomorrow,
naked,
I'm going to count. Like, I'm going to find out what the difference of, like, when our DBs make tackles on run plays as opposed to our front seven. I think we've had like 2 or 3 tackles in the backfield. One of them was by Hartzog. But it's like every time we either have to bring a safety or somebody up to tackle, or they're so deep in the secondary that they're the ones getting the tackles.
You think you're man enough to not figure that out?
Exactly a successful run defense.
For Halloween, and we asked him, like, what is it about Woody that really makes you like the character and makes you similar?
We're talking about Woody from Toy Story over here.
You can see it in the young man's face. That is the personality.
This is your Brock Heward, Sundo, that you're slurping. 3rd and 2. At the 41. Sorry, 39. Need to get to the 41. And they stop it.
Hey, look.
But believe
what
you
happens
me,
when your front seven makes tackles on the running game?
Nebraska's going to use a timeout.
Nebraska used a timeout. Why? Why? You ain't going to do shit with it.
We've got Holgerson calling plays out.
Oh, my bad.
34 seconds. You gave him 36.
Wow.
Might be too much time. We might have to get the defense out there again.
Matt Rule's like, who called a timeout?
At halftime, when they interview him going in the tunnel, he's like, well, Holgerson's gone. I just fired his ass.
Right?
Checking first is smart.
He was trying to make me run hurry up offense.
Good hands with Allstate.
I don't know what's more confusing, Stu, Virginia, or the way the clock management has played out at the end of the half.
And we had the same discussion last week. It was a little back and forth. Obviously, Lincoln called the timeouts, wanted to get that possession. Then you get way backed up behind the chains and maximize taking time off the clock. But you're right, for Nebraska, there was an opportunity.
Here comes the punt.
If you were going to use the timeout, and you knew that you were going to use the timeout.
Oh, my God. It rolls to the inch line.
That's the one you go try to catch.
Now, right, you can't
Lands
really
outside
kneel
the 10.
down.
It's getting away.
You
know he got his ass cheeked to catch that one side of the 5, so he's overcompensating.
You think that's the level of normal we've had in the first 30 minutes or so, that can just happen?
Yes, it kind of did with the other 29.
Can I be honest? That's funny. That was funny. If we weren't Husker fans, we'd be giggling. That's objectively funny what just happened. If we were watching Iowa and they did that, that would touch your heart. You know?
They got Harburg in.
Better.
Dana Holgerson, just that face describes what we saw in the first half. Harburg will get pushed from behind by Emmett Johnson.
Beautiful. Good execution, boys.
Time out.
Yeah, time out. Burn it.
Talking to about the discipline of his team, because those penalties pretty catastrophic.
All right, halftime is here, folks. The moment you've been waiting for. Gary's 30-minute speech, uninterrupted.
Probably gonna win this game.
Let's see who they talk to. It looks like they might be talking to Maddie.
Now there's a moment to pause and think it over. We'll see what they come out with in the second half. For now, we go to Mike Hill, Emmanuel Acho, and Chris Peterson, the State Farm halftime show.
No Matt Rule.
All right, two teams in
All right, Gary, take us away to a world in which we can understand football through your eyes.
I don't know. Are you surprised at the score?
Don't involve me. This is you. This is your thing.
I'm axing. I'm trying to ax you.
Am I surprised by the score? No, the score isn't what is shocking. Like a 14-14 thing is fine. I'm super surprised. I hated the way we started going up 7-0 and then just pulling our pants down, bending over and spreading cheeks so they could have 2 quick free tutties to put us in our place.
I'm shocked that it's 14-14. The way the game started, I was like, even with that pick six, I'm like, it's going to be like 21-7, something like that, 24-7.
Okay, from that perspective, yeah. And Sundo's calling you out for your racism, saying axing. You don't have the melanin to say axing.
That's how I say it. That's how I show my diversity.
Does that work, Sundo?
I'm gonna start speaking Spanglish in a minute too.
Does that work?
I think that they're gonna have that quarterback running a lot more in the second half. What do you think?
If they are smart, and they are smart,
100% right.
Yeah, if they're smart, and Lincoln Riley is clearly smart, yeah. If a pissant like you could figure that out, Lincoln Riley gonna figure it out. So can I just talk about Raiola real quick?
Please, I'd love to talk about Raiola.
Okay, so a lot of people are heel turning on Raiola, and I get it. He makes mistakes. He misses throws. He's nowhere near a finished product. Maybe he'll never be a finished product. But I can't shake the feeling that a lot of it has to do with him being so green. He's still green, man. He's just a hyped up freshman. So I can really oh my God, Jake from State Farm is fat. What the is he wearing a fat suit? We're gonna table the Raiola speak for a couple seconds here.
Jake in the Steak Farm and come back.
Okay, we'll go back to Raiola. We're gonna keep it right here. He's a freshman. I literally feel like I can continue to give him mulligan after mulligan after mulligan.
Okay.
I'm going to grab coffee while I listen to you.
I agree that he's a freshman and he's going to go through his freshman growing pains and needs to develop and blah, blah, blah.
You do agree he's a freshman?
But, and this is a huge but, we can't hold these coaches and different players accountable for costing us another bowl game, another season without a bowl game. And then the most critical position on the field go, well, you know, if a drive gets killed in a critical game or a game you're trying to finally get over the hump, he's a freshman. It's okay. This is what I'm talking about with like the complete. It's like these players are people's personal 2-year-old children that they'll take zero criticism from outsiders on. Like if you're going to have all this hype and you're going to get $1 million or whatever you got to go to a school and play, and you demand you go to a specific school because they're going to play you and you're not going to have to take a red shirt and you can do all this shit, you better be able to produce, man. Because if he leaves, if he transfers because we suck, people are going to go, I don't blame him. I would leave too. Okay, man. Well, we lost some games, especially now down the stretch because of you. And I'm not trying to put all of it on him, but there has to be accountability. You can't have it both ways. You can't be the golden child, the legacy of the program, the number one recruit of this class. You're handpicking yourself. You're saying McCord can't come here because you don't want to compete with a senior that you know they're going to want to get starting time to. The guy who was your better starter all of last year seems to have gotten better. He's not playing, and yet he doesn't transfer because he has to take a backseat to you. All of this shit laid out for you, you get to dictate it. And then when you shit the bed in critical moments like the end of the Illinois game, stretches in the UCLA game, stretches in this game so far, there's other points you can go back and pick things apart. Well, you can't criticize him too much because he's just a freshman. Well, which is it? Is he just a freshman and all you're concerned about is winning and getting to a bowl game? And then if you can develop him along the way or put him whatever, do things here and there. Okay, well then why is not everybody else, why is he not held to the same, if not a higher standard than coordinators, coaches, other players at other positions? People have no problem shitting on the offensive line. They've been together a long time, but I mean, years ago when they were younger and kind of thrown in and doing what they had to do, it wasn't like, well, it's a really tough position to develop into, and a lot of these guys are new. No, but for some reason, when it's certain players people like, or this, golden child, so to speak, it's like, well, we can't blame him for killing what looked like a potential scoring drive, or shit in the bed at the end of the game against Illinois when it looks like you're set up to win a tight game against a ranked team. Like, which one is it?
You ready for me to rip you a new a-hole?
I've been ready.
I'm just kidding. No, I like that point. I like what you're saying there. I just feel like I'm trying to make a little bit different point. I'm not trying to say we can't criticize him. All I'm saying is I expect it to get better. I don't think that he's going to make these mistakes when he's a junior and senior. And it sucks that he can't come in as a freshman and be like Johnny Football right off the bat and just be that like exceeding talent that just carries you over mistakes. He ain't that. He's not. But I think he's got that ceiling. And we just have to wait for him to reach the ceiling.
And if along the way, while he's unable to execute a lot of these throws and plays, especially in critical moments, if that costs coaches or coordinators their job, yeah, so be it, right?
Well,
if he executes down the stretch of the Illinois game, or he executes last week, or he executes this game, and maybe for the worse, but I'm just saying, take that part out of it. Is Satterfield under as much heat?
No, but that's probably a good thing, man. It's probably
that's what I'm saying. Take that part out. It's not a good thing.
It's a good thing that we exposed Satterfield and found out early that he ain't the dude. Because he ain't the dude.
Or did Satterfield expose that this roster is not what people think it is?
So now you want Sat back in the driver's seat.
I'm asking people to take the emotion of I love this kid, I hate this coach, I hate, whatever.
That's not why I'm saying
it's 100%.
No,
it's 100% why everybody does.
No, that. Well, not everyone.
Nobody wants to face the fact that maybe these players, maybe your team, maybe your roster isn't as good as you thought it was, because that's a lot harder to overcome than just replacing a coach. It's easy to just go, I'm going to put this guy in place for the rest of the season, or hire this guy in the offseason and everything's going to be fixed. It's a lot tougher when you see those coaches and those coordinators getting replaced on a fairly frequent basis and you always suck, and then going, damn, man, got really hyped up about this receiver, this quarterback, or this lineman, or this whatever. And over the years, we've gotten hyped over these individual players every offseason, and now you've got them all together. This is the year, man. This group looks good. This group looks good. This was good last year.
Okay.
So okay. And then it's like, these coaches suck. Get them out and get somebody else in. And it's like, okay, same result. That coach sucks too. Get him out. Okay. Somebody else is in. That coach sucks too. When is it that the hype and the excitement of the players that came in just was a misread, or was too much? People talk about, people
2-3 years
the Kool-Aid. They need
3 years.
They need to wake up and have a dose of reality. Okay, what about the people that get hyped about the players? They're never drinking too much Kool-Aid on the hype of the players coming in. And maybe it's both. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not even really arguing 100% that way. But I'm saying, when you watch in a game, your golden calf quarterback piss drives away, and you go, well, he's a freshman. You're right. He is. Should he be in there? Would
maybe
Harvard
not.
One of these other guys. I mean,
maybe.
I'm not
See, that's the thing.
But
that's the thing.
Why isn't that more of a discussion?
Yeah. Well, yeah. He has the ceiling of someone who doesn't have to sit as a freshman, But currently, when the rubber meets the road, he's the type of quarterback that could have really used a redshirt year. And maybe Georgia knew that.
No, I think,
and maybe Ohio State knew that.
The reason why he came here.
But we can't argue because we're Nebraska and we're just happy to get the scraps that they were letting us slurp up.
I don't think they let us slurp up any scraps. I think that they're in a position talent-wise to go, oh, this kid wants to, and I don't know this for sure. This is just my feeling. Oh, this kid doesn't want a redshirt. He wants to come in and play right away. That's not happening. If he earns it at some point, great. But we're not telling him you're going to come in and start. We've got guys that can start and be very successful. If you could show us that you're better than them, cool. But so he left thinking, I ain't trying to go through all that. I'm not trying to waste games, let alone a whole year. Even if he does feel confident, I can outplay these dudes. I'm not going to wait until the middle of the season or however point, like when I can go be the guy. Again, I don't know that that's the case. I've heard that's the main reason why he left to different places, but you hear a lot of shit. I'm not holding it to it, but I'm just saying, like, there's obviously some reason why they don't even put Harburg in for very many plays, let alone feel comfortable going to him. Even though we see he adds a dimension to the offense, he has the experience. He's tougher. He's going to grind out more yards for you. He seems to have a lot stronger of an arm when it comes to those intermediate, plays where you want to get the ball there. And again, I'm not saying you need to bench Raiola and put him in. I'm saying that's not a discussion. The only thing you hear about Harburg,
he does get golden calf treatment.
Yeah.
Because
but a lot of other players don't, and we're always quick to go get rid of the coordinator, get rid of the head coach, get rid of the offensive line coach, get rid of the receivers coach.
I'm not trying to
what's that going to do? What if you replace the entire offensive coaching staff and Matt Rule, Raiola stays and looks like this next year with another coaching staff, or continues to look like this under Holgorsen? Is he trash too?
I'm not saying that you expected this. All I know is I didn't expect Raiola as a true freshman with the offensive line that we have, which they're improved this season, but improved from a dumpster fire. So they're like a dumpster that's smoking and the flames are actively being put out. I didn't things. Once you get smashed and smashed and smashed, and you start to see ghosts back there. I played for the Broncos for 6 years, so I know what I'm talking about. Right. When you, as quarterback, Elway had to wait for me. Elway had to wait for me. Thank you.
Yeah.
So
he was wasn't he coming off of 4 straight or 5 straight Pro Bowls?
Yeah, but they knew what was better. They didn't want to, So you start seeing ghosts. You start to deteriorate as a quarterback. Haven't we seen that happen before with other quarterbacks? I mean, I know I've seen it I'm not trying to say they're the problem. He's just being ruined by them. But I think both things happen. He wasn't ready for it. And then you saw him start to make even more mistakes that I feel like if he had an O-line that could keep him comfortable the whole game or close to comfortable, I don't think he would have made as many mistakes.
That's the reality of football.
So why can't we give him his true freshman year to play like shit and then learn from it the next season?
I feel like this discussion is the basis of where this started is changing. Like the target's moving.
No, because I wasn't making the first point. This is the point I've been trying to make.
But my point is, if we're acknowledging that the offensive line isn't great, that this is a freshman quarterback and it's going to take some growing pains and some development, and they're not doing him favors, and he's going to have some drive killers or maybe not be able to finish games. Why are we so hard on this coach is wrong, get him gone? If your players can't do what you need them to do, why are you a piece of shit that needs to be replaced? But the players, not only is the player not a piece of shit that needs to be replaced, It's fine, buddy.
Okay, well,
you're developing. Don't
so are you trying to defend Satterfield?
I'm not trying to like go to bat for anybody. I'm saying when people make the accusations on this coach needs to be fired.
Sometimes two things are true, though, man. It's not just one can only be true.
But then why is there so many people with one viewpoint that coaches are to blame for everything? I'm well aware that multiple things, sometimes 7 things.
That's just fans, man. That's just like my son's friends. You know, like that's just how fans are. They're gonna place blame on the guy they'd rather get rid of than the other. And people would rather get rid of Satterfield than a number 1 incoming quarterback. That's understandable, right? You going to throw out the bathwater or the baby? Satterfield's the bathwater.
You're making my point trying to justify.
I'm just trying to be honest. I'm not trying to justify anything.
You're being honest with what you're saying, but you're exposing the double standard. If you're going, we can't let this kid go because he's a 5-star, it's easier to get rid of the coach. And then you're turning around and saying, well, yeah, he's a 5-star, but he's not a finished product yet. We got to let him go work out his growing pains. When your quarterback is going through growing pains, it kills your offense. So you have to extend that grace period to the guy calling the offense. If the guy that leads your offense on the field can't execute because he's not developed enough yet, how are you accountable for the offense not succeeding? But the dude who's directly directing the on the field offense, he gets a free pass. That doesn't make any sense.
That's if only one thing is true. But the other reason why you have to give people that understanding for wanting Sat gone is because this is a guy who comes out and throws 87 screenplays a game, has no concept of getting people towards the first down marker, and when asked point blank, "Hey, brudda, what would be a successful offense to you per play? What are you looking to get?" And he goes, "I don't know, 2 yards. I don't know. What kind of question is this? I wasn't going to be asked questions, not tough ones." Like he clearly proved himself. Not both of them can be bad, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So what good is it to have a bad half of a sandwich and another bad half of a sandwich? Like, you going to keep them both? Are they supposed to make each other better, or do you at least swap out one of them? The one that's a lot easier to replace. There's a lot more Marcus Satterfields walking around out there than there are Dylan Raiolas.
Maybe.
I mean, of course, B. Quarterback
you don't know that. You're talking about somebody who has made a lot of money being coaches at different positions at different schools, and a kid who was deemed the greatest quarterback of his class from the time he was 16, 17 years old. We've seen way more buzz on players labeled like that than we've seen guys that actually prove that rating they had when they're still going through puberty last into their under 20s. So like maybe not. I don't know. And I'm saying, I'm not sitting here telling you that Satterfield is some guru or something. I wasn't when they hired him. I'm like, that seems like a weird hire. But I'm just trying to say, like, the way that people can't wait to go to bat for these players or exempt them from any kind of fault or underperformance or being bust, but a coach that gets these jobs, like you have to prove something to work your way up to being a D1 anything. And it's like a season and a half, 2 seasons in. I mean, he had a shit quarterback last year. I completely blame him and Rule for that because they had all their eggs in the Jeff Sims basket. If they were shit at evaluating that quarterback, what makes you think they can't be shit at evaluating another quarterback or another position? Now, I'm not saying that with Raiola because obviously Ohio State, Georgia, all these schools wanted him. So, I mean, it makes sense that and I'm not sitting here even saying Raul's a bust. I'm just saying it seems to be you're not allowed to talk about this dude is underperforming, but if you say, well, maybe he's not as bad as he appears because the guys can't execute what he's trying to have him do. Oh yeah, just defend, just back up the coaches. How come multiple things can't be true in that case? But multiple things can be true when we're talking about the struggles of a young quarterback.
By the way, we got a $5 dono earlier from MIT was my backup. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
What was his backup?
MIT.
Damn.
It is impressive.
Maybe he should tell us what it is.
Seriously.
Sort out that first half for us. What was that?
It was a lot. Had a lot going on, and the two quarterbacks were right at the center of it. I promise you, as Jaden Mayava has been practicing the last 2 weeks, he did not have any vision of that, of throwing it to an old Trojan in Sierra Wright, who took that one to the house. It was more visions of these. A touchdown pass. He did have a couple of them in the first there of the season for Branch, for Raiola, a little bit of the same.
I mean, I don't feel
nice
like
job here with
Holgerson's
protection
doing a
to
whole
check
lot
it down
different
to his running back, who breaks the tackle and
I feel like the personnel he has when he's calling a lot of these plays is different. You get more Bonner, you get more Banks as the blocker, and you haven't seen Lloyd.
One making the first
Lloyd,
one with the new voice in his headset.
He's fast. I think he's fine. I think he's really good, an explosive type player, but he is not. He ain't blocking you or me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think personnel-wise, he's doing some different things, but you've seen plenty of screens. You've seen plenty of plays that take a while to develop. See him still trying to get the ball to the receiver, whether it's passes out of the backfield or them trying to bounce shit towards the edge or whatever, and just because of the scheme or because of the personnel, you're getting a little bit better blocking on the edges. But I don't see something that I can go, thank you, finally a competent. And maybe that changes when he implements his own offense. But I'm just saying in this one half, to be fair, it's not like a huge list of shit to go back and look at. But
I wonder if Big Ten Network has a scoreboard.
The biggest thing is we're not killing ourselves, which has been really beneficial. He said USC's played a lot of man, and we've struggled against that man defense. We have to win those one-on-ones, and said Dana's going to drop some new stuff here for the second half.
It's a run to start, and it's Emmett Johnson to pick up 5.5.
And they got to get that going. Just 11 carries for 33 yards. A big part of why you've seen some boom and bust in that offense in the first half. Get a run, get the play action, get to the rhythm that Dana Holgorsen wants to get to.
A little quicker tempo. Straight down.
Nair,
good catch.
The tall wide receiver makes the catch first down.
Our use of Nair is one of my bigger disappointments this season. He looked so good in the first couple of games. He looked so good at Wyoming.
I'm telling you, man, once Illinois exposed how drastically different the offense looks when we're being blitzed as opposed to when he has time to throw. They're like, man, go man to man. Take pressure on the quarterback. And everything changed. Nice run.
Oh my God, nice Dowdle, let's go.
That was great blocking by that horrible, shitty offensive line.
Can't say that.
I'm sorry. Good job, players. Good job blocking. Next time there isn't a.
Oh my gosh, I found a Gamecast. See if I can get this thing working.
Who'd you find that?
Big Ten.
4 yards, 4 yards.
Big run. It'll be second down coming up, but this offensive line's kind of been through the ringer.
Look at him. Doesn't he just look like a Nebraska lineman?
Well, the helmet can't keep the beard in.
No, but then you got the crew.
Clearly more emphasis on running the ball second half. That's the other thing I was going to say when we were when I was teaching you.
Oh,
nice pass. That's actually good ball, man.
Jamal Banks get it out quickly, go to some tempo.
Well, there's beating the one-on-one, and that is
I didn't feel like there was very much emphasis on the run game in the first half.
Here we go.
Guys, man, be throwing more than
these one-on-one situations, you're going to get them against this defense. And Covington, one of the better cover guys the first half of the season, but that high ankle, not too dissimilar, honestly, to Tommy Hill. Both those guys have just been banged up.
That plays exactly what I've been begging for.
For Danton Hill, slow down, one of their better corners.
Yeah, high hope.
Catch it and throw to a slant, hit a dude in stride.
What did you say?
First down, 4 wide.
Be better.
Fork Daddy comes in.
Raiola
Come on. Get rid of it. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that.
Pepe with the hit. 2nd down and 9 coming up. It's Nebraska team at 5-4. They opened.
Wow, this is like not even worth it.
Smashed Colorado, and that is the win that everybody looked at and was like, did that announce Nebraska as a contender this year? They've fallen on hard times, a tougher schedule the last couple of weeks, including Ohio State, a game that they were in.
Picked up the blitz.
Here's another run.
Nice
oh my
run.
God!
Damn it.
Turning down to the 11. It's a gain of 13.
Yeah, so you just want to keep rotating those two backs
right behind the right side of that line. Benhart with a nice block. Lutofsky, the right guard. That's a lot.
This
of
run-to-pass
size.
ratio so far in this drive is.
4-star recruits coming out of Iowa, and as you mentioned, Minnesota for Benhart. The table here. Adjustments, right? You said it going into halftime. Well, very clearly here, they looked at those run game numbers and said that is not sustainable, and they're pounding the rock.
They'll go 3 wide at the bottom and now send Connor in motion.
Pitch out to
Emmett
for 2.
Hey,
that's a late hit. Came in and threw his knees in his chest. We got a $20 dono from Jeff Mummert. Thanks for another stream, fellas. Misery loves company, right? Exactly. That's what's going on here, honestly, man.
It's a good drive, though.
But outside of that, finding a mismatch maker. Usually the best red zone offenses, run it. They have creativity with a quarterback that can extend it, but also a guy you believe in a one-on-one and really trust in those moments.
In motion again. Raiola pumps it that way. He's got some time to scan, and he'll slide and get it. He does. Tompkins trailing the play, a guy they have high hopes for on the defensive line we talked about off the top, and now it's 3rd down. Raiola's feeling it.
Yeah, you are. And I wonder, that hit he took 2 weeks ago, man, it was violent. It was about at the same area of the field where he just took 3 guys on and came up the worst for it. That's now a couple occasions where he's protected himself and gotten down.
Johnson's in.
3rd and 8.
3rd and 8. 3, 2. Quick pass fade.
What a grab! Yo, I think he caught it.
That's pass interference.
That's the most pass interference I've ever seen.
Pulled him out.
They didn't call that pass interference.
That's bonkers.
The only thing that makes sense is if the second he touched the ball is when he grabbed him. No, oh my God, bro.
He's pulling him back.
Oh my God.
I think they're going to take another look at this.
I'm going to have to stab a ref. I don't have a choice.
He did, and they have been doing that on both sides today. I'm sure Nebraska fans.
I think they're reviewing the catch, but it's not a catch.
I do think it was a catch.
No.
I don't think he has.
Oh, no. Damn it.
It's not a catch, but it's definitely.
Yeah, I didn't see the bobble.
That's interference.
Because the foot is down, you're right, but it's not secure, I wouldn't say.
Oh, I see that ball move.
Mike Pereira is with us to answer all the questions we have in the world. Mike?
I agree with you. I thought first it was good, but when you look now, there is interference, by the way.
Field goal kickers can do
that. But the ball's coming loose here. He doesn't have control, and then he hits first out of bounds. So it is incomplete, and they would stay with the correct call on the field.
What other question you got for him?
No, that's it for now.
It?
Yeah,
okay.
But we just know he's on standby in case something really deep comes
You ready for our ace of a field goal kicker?
Is a tug there, and usually those side judges, when they see the tug, it kind of came into play in Salt Lake City last weekend. When they see the pole,
they go back there.
Well, when they see the pole of the shoulder pad, that usually leads to that penalty flag.
Did you hear that?
What?
He said, F you something America.
Taking a long look at this, by the way.
Yeah.
Which always
I heard it.
Who said that?
Again,
somebody close to the microphone.
The foot is down, but the ball is away from his body, and the next thing that touches is I don't know why.
Why is this taking
this
so long?
one is such a complicated review.
Because they're wishing they could have called it for what it is, but realizing they can't.
On the field stands, incomplete pass.
So they couldn't confirm it. It is stands, not enough to overturn.
I mean, it was obvious in real time that wasn't it.
This has been no gimme now in the kicking game for Nebraska.
No, that's right. Alvano didn't make the trip, so it's John Hole
What are you
or
doing?
bust. And he so far is 4 for 8 this year. The redshirt freshman transfer from Iowa Western Community College. From 29 for the lead for the Cornhuskers.
Hey, yeah! Right into the All-State hands, baby.
Dead.
That's how you would have kicked it.
I'd have put a hole in that All-State net.
That's a good question, Jim's. Sorry, not Jim. Boss says, are the commenters not talking about the fact that it's PI? I didn't hear him say anything about PI, but I'm also a bozo. It's a pretty good kick from your boy.
John Hall.
No, he didn't kick it. Idiot.
John Hall. Oh, Foley. No. Foley would have kicked it if he missed. You gotta learn,
makes
man.
sense. That makes
now
sense.
You're catching on.
Yeah, now I'm starting to finally get it a little bit. I'm slow. All right. Don't hold it against me.
Zaga said they said it was a PI.
Don't make me look bad, Zaga. I'll do that myself, okay?
Zaga said he'll beat your ass if he hears another Peabody he doesn't
shit.
like.
Well, I'm going to be on me P's and Q's then. How you feeling, man?
Tired and hungry, bro.
Not about that. The game, you goon.
Tired and hungry.
Well, let's see here if we can't find the old ESPN. We need another takeaway, man. Honestly, a defensive score would just hit right now.
Well,
don't worry, guys. Still no game cast for this game. This game means nothing to ESPN. They'd rather die than tell you what's happening.
Legendary head coach John Robinson passed away on Monday of complications from pneumonia. A college football Hall of Fame inductee in 2009. A national championship here with USC in 19.
That's what we got to hope for, Zaga.
Then had a second stint. He is survived by his wife Beverly, his 4 children, 2 stepchildren, and 10 grandchildren.
R.I.P. John Robinson.
Who've come through here. And John Robinson really sustained and built on what John McKay did as well. Yep.
Kick goes out the back of the end zone.
Who played in a Rose Bowl, John Robinson, and then had a couple of Heisman Trophy winners as well. I don't know that you can say he was undervalued, but other coaches get a lot of...
I agree, Dion. Gary said he don't really see the difference, but...
as much as they do,
he's also fallen asleep.
How he helped this program move forward and keep what it had before both.
And the Rams, too. I mean, at the next level, and did it with just a real personification of toughness and running the ball and stopping the run.
USC
Huskers bring 4. They run out to the edge and get stopped, but fall forward for 4 yards.
Just like that to the 29.
You know?
He is one tough hombre. Came into this game a little banged up. We saw him turn that ankle, was down.
If you were on the edge,
He's the leading carrier.
I'd have stopped it.
He's the leading receiver in the first half. Heck, he's the leading receiver for this entire team over the course of the season right now.
8 runs, 5 catches, 14 touches officially.
Play action, looking deep. Gonna have to throw it out to the running back for basically no yards. Thought maybe -1.
You got a guy out of the backfield you know he's going to catch the ball.
Kind of reminds me of Ricky Waters back in the day.
Okay.
Ricky, I got to be a teammate of his with the Seahawks, and he was as good a runner as he was pass catcher.
Ricky Waters, baby.
Spear, right? He's the tip of the spear of the offense. Every defensive coordinator we've talked to.
What a dope name, by the way. Ricky Waters. We should start calling you Gary Waters.
Is that Ricky Waters' son?
No, he just said he reminds him of him.
Oh.
His split is down there. Mayava.
Deep throw. Push off.
That's what the Huskers bench wanted. But
that's what it looked like to me. Nice throw. Not too bad. He's just trying to disconnect from him. Hartzog getting beat. What's new? What's new? What's new? What's new?
Nope, it is that guy Hudson, so good in those one-on-one situations.
Another snap. Short throw. There you go, Hartzog. We need to put 50 pounds on Hartzog and turn him into a linebacker between now and next week.
I mean, you need to put about 6 inches on him, and he'd be a hell of a defensive back.
And, you know, corners like Hartzog will tell you can be in the right position, but there's just guys that play the ball. That know how to
you want to put 6 inches on him?
Hudson, one of those guys.
Ooh.
That means I'm going to put it on him twice.
Second and 8. Hand off. Nope. Play action. Going deep. Going deep. Wide open. Wide open. Touchdown.
They're just biting so hard on the play action because our linebackers don't exist in the run defense.
Watch him right here. He's going to run the over route. The play action fake brings those people up, and then there's the little over route as he gets to that second level.
I hope that linebacker we just flipped doesn't decommit because he's desperately needed on this team.
It just comes out of his hands totally clean.
That Alabama kid.
Yeah, it was from Kansas City, but
yeah.
Alabama.
With which he throws the ball, and he missed that deep shot earlier, and you said maybe not enough air under it, and it's a different route certainly, but it's an
that's rough, bro.
What?
Just can't hang on to a lead for one drive. Man. Well, I think it would be 5, boss. But you the boss, I don't want to question you. You know?
Well.
How do you make a post-game video after this L?
We don't. We just go get some food. We take naps.
Take naps and just, yeah. Because, boy, oh boy.
I'm about ready for this season to be wrapped.
I think it is wrapped.
I mean, it's I'm saying from like our perspective, it's tough trying to come up with.
It's just like, what do you do? I mean, what do you even... Chinese food doesn't sound bad. I'm trying to eat clean, though. I don't want to get a whole bunch of dirty carbs.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to go carno for a week or so.
I
need to get this inflammation out of me body.
Yeah.
You know? I'm a hurting old man. That's true, Kyle. He goes, how can you eat clean after this loss?
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Fuck, man. I mean, it doesn't have to be a loss. We're just so used to, you know.
It just sucks, man. That drive before Raiola threw the interception is like, okay, man, here we go, getting a little rhythm, getting it going. Then you come out second half, run game's going well, pushing the ball, stalls out, field goal. And then, you know, you're giving up shit like this. It's just like, just no consistency, no rhythm, no like still no identity. You know what I mean? Like the whole first half, would they run 6-8 times at most, probably. And they come out second half, focused on running. It's just, I don't know. It just seems like they just don't know from series to series, let alone game to game, what they're going to do. Like they're just scrambling all the time for answers.
I hate it.
I mean, I just don't have a feel anymore. You know what I mean? Like, you used to be like, well, if they can do this, like when I was so confident about beating Colorado. It's like, dude, what Nebraska wants to do, or what Rule's talking about wanting to do, or what they've talked about, they've worked on in preseason and watching the first game and all that, and compared to how it matches up against Colorado, like you get a feel for it. Now it's like they're just so disoriented, or whatever the right word is. You just don't know what you're going to get from one play to the next, little drive to the next. But it's just, I don't know.
5, I believe, tied for the
it seems like they're reeling
most
constantly.
touchdown receptions by the Trojans, and a career high 81 yards for Deuce getting loose.
Kyler Murray, A.J. Brown, and him. High school All-Americans in football and baseball, both.
All right, Barney. Oh, tackled hard.
Nicely done.
23-yard line, probably.
Step aside. Nebraska will have it when we come back.
Media timeout.
It's the most.
Bro, these commercials do not help.
Your sleepiness?
The sleepiness, or like kind of getting into the game, or being a little more engaged. It's just like,
They got to make their money, man. This isn't a football, you know. This isn't a football game.
Is like, football's so popular and draws so many eyes that it is a cash cow for advertisers. But it's gotten to the point where there's so much commercials and advertising. I don't watch it. Other than this, I don't sit and watch college games. I wait till they're over. I go find the highlights.
Yeah.
Or, like, if I can find on YouTube TV and just go through it, because it's like I'm not sitting for 4.5, 5 hours to watch a game.
Yeah.
It's not one of my teams.
I do that with the Bears.
It's hard to stay focused and kind of tie in. Okay, they were doing this. They're adjusting. Like, you can't really do that because it's like there's such these gaps in between where it's like, no. Just get disengaged.
Also, winning a game every once in a while would help.
It goes a long ways.
You know. Isaac says, y'all know we spend 15% of the time actually watching football. Football's becoming a joke.
Yeah. And then in games, you're sitting 5 minutes at a time while they review shit that doesn't need to be reviewed, or just turning it into baseball.
Ugh. I need to write down all the ads.
How much time do they need?
Well, I want to write down all the ads that we see so that I can purposely boycott them. We need to have the opposite effect.
When and you're bowl eligible for Nebraska, and this is what Matt Rule said this week. This program needs to go to a bowl game. There's nothing I won't do to get there. And he's put his money where his mouth is, right? He changed offensive coordinators, brought somebody in from the outside. Which leads us to, very fittingly, our Aflac trivia question. Get help with expenses that health insurance doesn't cover with Aflac. What power conference team holds the longest?
It's got to be us, right?
Yeah. Everybody knows that.
Power conference team.
Power conference team. Okay. Yep. You read it right.
Everybody know that boy.
Goddamn.
Comprehension, once again, your strength.
Raiola going to hand off to Dowdle. Woo, baby! Nice hurdle.
Bebop.
For a first down, Jalen Smith took him down.
This has been the adjustment. Last drive, 10 plays, and it's just running behind these two. We saw it with a lot of success on the previous drive. Same thing.
Nice block by Fedone Daddy.
6'9".
Nair would have been nice.
Back that defensive tackle to the second level, allowing Dowdell some green grass.
Raiola has to drop it off to Dowdell. And we'll lose a yard.
Dude is so late, man. Like,
I mean, it's just his safety valve. He's looking downfield, like.
Yeah, but you look downfield and then go. Oh Jesus, who was crossing the middle? Did you see that?
What happened?
From the camera angle, it was behind him when it was turning to Dowdle. We had somebody going right across the middle. Didn't look like anybody's going with him. He's blown up.
Third and probably 13.
Man, can you imagine if Satterfield was calling these plays?
Yeah.
Nothing develops, and he holds it forever and throws it. Dump off to Dowdle, throws it back there, even though the dude's bearing down on him.
Yesterday in our production meeting, what does it mean to have Kamar? Well, he's our best defensive player, and we saw him earlier in the alley in a run play.
I mean, I hate to say it, a lot of these plays are Raioula's fault. They're designed to get you in one-on-one situations, and he floats the ball. He holds it so long, and it's so late going to these guys that he floats the ball, so they don't have time to get the ball and try to get an angle or put
commercials. Though we get to go back to commercials.
So that's good.
You know, that chick is horrifying. I hope I don't have to see her face again.
Well, you can't say that.
Oh, my bad. But she's white. We can say
about a month and a half. You can.
No, she's white. You can say it no matter what. Yeah, his throwing. Not as crazy dominant as we were led to believe it was.
I think his throwing would be fine. It's his decision, like his timing of his decision making. I mean, he throws balls behind, but everything has to be a touch pass.
Right.
Everything. Like on that screenplay like that, like get it out quick and zip the ball in so that he can get the ball turned. He's in a one-on-one with the guy and has a chance of making him miss, but he takes his drop and then takes a few steps with him and then look like, oh, you ready? And then lobs it.
Yeah.
And then by the time he catches the ball, the dude's full speed coming down on him. Like, what are you going to do? That's what I was saying with that valve, like that release valve you're talking about. Like, I agree. But like, once you feel your routes are gone to where you're looking at him, go, because now they're starting to account for that. And B, when you do decide to get it to him, like, get the ball there.
Oregon's starting to get some commercials since they're number one. Should be us. We should be number one. We should be getting these commercials.
Well, number one.
Yeah, Isaac, I think normally, no matter what, it would be a good thing if you could convince your freshman quarterback to sit a year just because, hell, he physically would get to grow and get stronger for the next year, but also the mental difference it could have on you, you know. But he was not going to do that. He was not going to do that at Ohio State. He was not going to do that at Georgia. He damn sure wasn't coming down to JV Nebraska and doing it.
Looks in better shape than maybe we expected, considering the reaction he had to going down onto the turf. It's going to be a 3rd and long for his defense. Mascarenas Arnold up at the line once again.
3rd and 12. Finally back from commercial, Gary. How does it feel? Looking deep. Over the mid to Banks. Little short.
You're down 4. Okay.
What do you do, Gary?
Try to run routes that gets you first down. or have your quarterback acknowledge just because he's
They
open
will not be going for it.
Than I do right now in an offense trying to still figure it out.
What do you think of that? What do you think of the call?
Hey, Matt, the book tells you go for it.
I just wanted to do that one more time. Bushini to punt.
That should just about do it, folks.
Well, what if this is like the first half when it's like we score, they score, they score. I hope it ain't a double whammy.
They're about to score.
Nebraska. Their last bowl game was 2016. Their last bowl game win was the year before that. Vanderbilt 5 years, and then some 3-season droughts. But
you know,
Lincoln Riley had a whole half going in adjustments to figure out what they're going to do. I'll bet they get some kind of points at just about every drive this second half.
8 times they've been able to win to get bowl eligible.
Did you watch the Wisconsin game when they played Wisconsin? They were losing at halftime.
Yeah.
Came back and just beat the brakes off them. That's about what you're about to see here.
Remember, said to us earlier this year and this week is get over it. Like, you just have to achieve it to silence those doubts.
They know they can run on us because our linebackers can't defend the run. They know they can pass because we play 40-yard cushions on everything. So it's just going to be a mix.
Keeps the ball. Here's the quarterback run. Easy first down for the big quarterback.
This is just the second time, and again, he is not a run-first guy, but the impact that this has
see what the
on
live
the defense,
line is.
right? And then what it sets the table for
Cash
even
in on
more
this white
creative
twig.
plays, and to stack that concept with shots down the field, it just gives you a more threatening, viable offense to attack a solid defense.
Shotgun, looking for a short throw. Almost wrapped up, but gets loose. Uh-oh! Let's go if you could have kept your feet, baby boy! Wow, yeah, but Bayer, I mean, that's either Hutt or Robinson. I can't tell who it was.
Big White?
Yeah, big white. It was Rob. He's holding that ball stupid, bro.
Man, if he could have kept his feet.
I know.
And nothing but Cornhuskers in pursuit.
We'll take what we can get, though.
6'6", 310 in the open field.
Now, USC knows they're in trouble. They know we're scoring in. They know they can't stop this offense.
This is good for the gander sort of situations.
And exactly what you said. Both these teams, a game where this is what it's been like all year. One score game, big mistake, big play, critical mistake. Now can Nebraska capitalize with that gift from Iava?
All right, this was another issue with Satterfield. That game, they had the ball so many times inside the 20 and couldn't score. So let's see.
And honestly, that is why I think Matt Rule punts.
1 yard right there.
Holgerson just as bad at trying to score inside the 20 as Sat.
UCLA made some plays in one-on-ones, yes.
Or is there some other miraculous thing? Because we know it ain't that these players can't execute. That could never be the case.
You'd take 3, but you'd love 6. Raiola
Okay.
was a little behind him, but caught
Definitely behind.
by Nair.
You kind of had to.
That's on his hands, catch and run. He might have a first down and more.
You know
I'll take it. I ain't complaining.
I mean, I think that was actually probably the right. He was be a back shoulder.
3rd and 2. Better hope they don't stop us because you know Matt's going to punt it.
Avoided this 3rd and 2.
What do you like here for Nebraska?
That's some of the challenge because they're not really giving you anything. That you
Shotgun trips left.
Close quarters here.
Need 2 yards, boys. Screen pass. Oh my God, he had Banks. Bro, he had Banks. Did you see that?
He looks at his go route, whatever his intended, his one read. He looks at his one read and then looks to his dump off.
And it's been successful, and he got the double move off of it. I don't know why he doesn't throw it.
Oh my God, Banks.
I was going to say to you, maybe a screen.
Nobody else needs to run routes, dude. He looks for the number 1 route and then looks to his dump off.
Confused in the middle of the play, he turned and was pointing.
And Dylan just didn't see him and didn't pull the trigger.
Can't win with him.
John Hole has made from 29. This from 30.
He's missed so many
Nebraska
wide open receivers throughout the year,
all.
man. But I mean, he's a freshman.
In the Big Ten next Saturday, the matchup we've all.
He wasn't like highly recruited. He's not making a shitload of money or anything. He's just an everyday freshman.
Money doesn't give you experience. It gives you money.
No, yeah, exactly.
It gives you money.
But I'm saying, like, there's no difference between freshmen. So it makes sense that some freshmen make $1 million to go to a school and some just are lucky to get a scholarship offer.
Wow.
Schedule. If they lose that game, they're going to be in a fight.
They are.
Who's better as a freshman, Adrian Martinez or Raiola?
Cornhuskers, where they just
Martinez.
got after them. How about 4 of the top 5 teams in the Big
That
Ten?
hurts.
Matt Rule said,
I mean,
best conference in America.
passing wise, you could debate it, but I mean, there's no debate that Martinez legs made it
the deepest conference in America.
leaps and bounds better than Raiola is. That's what I was thinking. Like with him not being a runner, it's like, dude, you're gonna have to be a hell of an IQ guy and
Carry one of those scrolls.
arm strength,
What are you looking for?
accuracy, all
Arm
that kind of
talent
stuff. He's
overall,
better than
yeah.
guys that can run.
And Lincoln still got that. It's not quite the Mike Leach note card. And Dana Holgerson said it this week. Yeah, there's more to read. I bet you they're having a little conversation looking at that tablet. Pull the trigger. You know, we ran that screen. That's some of the rhythm and feel of a veteran play caller. And why Rule brought him in. Then when I call that screen and go, throw it.
I'd like to feel like and truly believe
What happens when you have news?
Yes.
if that play was drawn up by Satterfield, we wouldn't be mad at Satterfield. Like, we're not mad at Holgerson for that.
No, it didn't matter.
That was clearly a Raiola issue.
See off the scoreboard there. This throw is
I feel like now
quick
there's
first
a little
down.
more focus on Raiola because Satterfield got replaced and the offense still looks the same.
Downstairs, Alice.
Well, Jaden Mayava is not real demonstrative. He's not a very emotional guy, but after that fumble was the first real signs of emotion and frustration I've seen from him, slamming down his helmet and letting it out audibly. His teammates came over to try and encourage him, telling him, hey, man, we need you here. He couldn't even look him in the eye, but by the time he was ready to take the field, he seemed to have recentered himself, nodding with them and telling them, I'm good, I'm good.
Shotgun, handoff, up gut for 8.
For a gain of 8.
Yeah, and I think I know why that is, because, you know, to Allison's report, I would say, hey, man, if I make a mistake or I sail a pass or whatever, that's fine. But when I'm as careless with
cornerback,
the football, there's a lot of jobs, right? There's a lot of livelihoods. There's a lot of
Good
people
old
that count
Joe
on me
Daly,
to
baby.
be responsible. And when you're careless like that and it gets knocked away from
A
you,
legend.
you really do feel like you've let a lot of people down.
Well, he talked about that as QB1. Allison asked him during the week when we were chatting. He said, the one thing that's hit me is that there's this feeling of responsibility as the first quarterback now that's a little different.
Handoff.
Marks again.
Big run.
He just jammed through that hole.
With some good help from the boys up front, Pregnon and Page. And then he's going to sneak right through those two. And with every one of these carries, you see it when he gets up. Right, it's kind of like Ashton Genty. As you watch Ashton Genty, every hit, he gets up and you know he's feeling it. He's battled. He came into this game.
I'm more tired than you, and I slept 8 hours.
Speaking of responsibility, he's going to be there for the people around him.
A guy who in high school, Carver High School, track and field was required. And so he had to run. And now he just wants to run. Where'd he go?
Draw run.
Once in a while, that
holy shit, did a linebacker make a tackle against a running back?
I
Think so.
Number 3.
Wow.
15 minutes left. Who knows?
The tide's a turning.
Looks like.
Is that the end of the quarter?
I think it is, sir. You've almost made it through. Congratulations.
We just got about an hour and a half of commercials and the fourth quarter to go.
About 2 hours of commercials.
2 hours, sorry.
And about 5 minutes of football. Okay. So get comfortable.
I'm getting comfy.
Man.
What are we doing?
I just feel like a little bit of this is battered fan syndrome.
What do you
We're
mean?
down 1 point on the road, in a position to still win the game with a field goal if we were able to get a stop.
Yeah.
Should we be this depressed?
I'm not that depressed. I don't think the game's over. Like,
You're depressed. See,
like
you're
gonna lose.
You're
I'm
depressed and you're in denial.
It's bad football. I'm in denial.
Thank you.
I'm manically depressed.
Thank you. But that's about the election. That was because of the election.
Morning.
Yeah.
I have multiple options waiting for me upstairs. Rope, bleach, toaster, pew pew. And I've got the truck running in the garage with the door shut right now.
So you've got all your bases covered is what you're saying.
I'm just in case. Sorry, I like to be prepared. No, it's just
we couldn't blame you for it.
Boring football, bro. And then all these commercials is like, I honestly feel like I'm watching baseball.
Yeah. They got a lot of stuff to sell you. You need to buy a lot of stuff.
I'm gonna buy everything, 2 of everything they're showing me.
You know?
But only if I see 5 or more of that commercial.
That's when it locks in.
Yeah.
That's when you're like, oh, I am gonna buy this. What commercial you got right now? I got a HEB commercial.
Some law firm.
Hey man, at least we don't have election commercials anymore.
Oh yeah. Liberty.
That was a added little bonus.
Maybe this isn't. I don't know what the hell this is. Liberty Law Group. Serving Nebraska and Iowa. They're attorneys you can trust, Gabe.
Oh shit. Now you've been watching this Masked Singer, right?
Ain't missed an episode.
Now, who is your favorite Masked Singer?
Oh man, that's like asking me which one of my kids is my favorite. You know?
Oh damn.
Wednesday on Fox. It's Fox.
My bad. I thought the game was coming back. I was fooled.
Yeah, you're an idiot. You stupid bitch.
It's like sometimes coffee ain't enough.
I don't think meth would be enough for this shit, dude.
Yeah. I think meth would be enough, actually. That's about what it requires.
I'd probably
if you some Adderall would go hard right now. I've never tried it, but this would be the time.
I've never tried meth either, but clearly
they're like the same.
Out of the bag on that one.
No, they're like the same thing, right? It's like that's what Adderall is, right?
Like
it's like
nerdy people take Adderall and like
yeah, but it's like a controlled, burn. Pay attention, bitch.
I'm gonna need everybody in the chat that is currently on Adderall or meth. Tell us your thoughts on this.
Uh-oh.
Screens never work. Why would you call that? What an idiot offensive coordinator. Oh wait, guys blocked other guys. The ball came out quick, and the receiver was able to take off and run.
MIT was my backup with a $5 dono. Says shots. No explanation needed. MIT.
We just do a shot every time there's a commercial. This would be like when Rogan and them do like mushrooms and get drunk on that episode. What do they call that? What's that called?
In catch and run situations.
Oh no!
When they do the save our parts.
Oh.
And they just get shit faced. That's what we would have to do. Shots every commercial.
Receiving touchdown, rushing touchdown. And it just has been a little slow.
2nd and 8, folks.
Into the game is not a small number. He just had not scored. 2nd and 8 for USC.
And no pressure. He's scooting around in the backfield. Good tip, Bullock. Thank you.
Bullock.
Bullock.
Away from the end zone at one point.
Yeah, I guess he was. It was a little whirly bird right here. And then I'm just going to wing it, and this ball goes off of the hand of Bullock. Actually, look at that. He puts that ball in.
You didn't happen to hear You Know Miles' song that he put out last night right after the Tyson fight, did you?
That clip you sent me was hilarious. And it was stuck in my head.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not a good ditty for a person like me to have stuck in their head.
Hey! At least we're stopping into a field goal, but they're fitting to be up 4.
I mean, it puts you in a close enough. The oof is because it puts you in a position. Maybe you wanted that on second down call, but I think Lincoln Riley knows right here. I got to go up 4.
He said, "Get him off the field."
I'm sure he can kick this field goal so we can get to a commercial.
Right?
Yeah, Nebraska kind of made this decision for him, right? By taking their field goal. USC will respond.
All right, here we go. 27-yarder underway. Blocked!
Good job, Foley. I mean,
Foley's fast, bro.
No, that wasn't him. They blocked that in spite of him.
Oh, shit. Foley came out there, tried to block Sierra.
Dude's having a game against a former team.
He can at least be proud. He deserves his black shirt.
Well, I don't see color. He just deserves a shirt.
You're right. Any shirt will do.
Any shirt will do.
Wow.
His name
That's
came
impressive.
up in that pregame argument between teams and his former coach.
That's got to hurt if you kept benching him and he comes back to do that. All right, folks, we're back to the commercials. We made it. We are safe.
Whoo! Thank God, something to talk about.
So, why does it say end of the fourth?
Serious question to you and the chat. Because I don't know. And I'm not saying this like I keep kind of like harping, like being sarcastic, smart ass-ski, whatever you want to call it. But if you're an offensive coordinator, what do you feel like you can call? Like what would you be trying to dial up, or would you like, hey, let's try doing this to try and get a touchdown, like try to actually get a touchdown on the board, not just get in field goal range?
Well, that's your problem right there. Is me? I'm just trying to get in field goal range.
Yeah, but I'm saying like step outside of your comfort zone and play real football for a second.
I went to the Matt Rule School of Coaching, so I'm not going to get out of my comfort zone. Thank you, though, for the invite.
I think, like Isaac says, run the ball. I think a lot of people are going to say that, but once we get down there, they can't. Like they're stuffing it.
Kurt Signetti calls up Nebraska, says, listen, fire that piece of shit and hire me. I'll leave Indiana high and dry after 1 year. What do you do?
Tell him to piss off. I tell him to run it back without all of
his
other players, and then we'll talk.
You sound like the high school band nerd that's like, if the head cheerleader wanted me to go to homecoming, I would say no. I've got a girlfriend. She goes to another school in another district, though. I swear. Oh, shit, that was you,
Let me ask you
wasn't
this.
it?
Do you think if you had Signetti just replace Rule, nothing else changes, we win more games?
He transferred to Nebraska in the spring from USC.
I just see people in the chat saying it. It's not actually my theory. I'm just being a prick.
Incredible. Of all of the different characters in the story today, right? The Holgerson, the quarterbacks, the cornerback from LA, Loyola High School, right here.
I played above Elway, MIT.
Yeah, let's say.
Not with.
I was hoping you wouldn't see that because I knew you'd go off.
Oh my God, Harburg's in the game.
I swear
oh my
on
God.
My life, when I asked that question, I was going to say I would go Harburg.
Yeah, I'm sure you were, buddy. Sure you were.
I would go
Sure.
Harbor, I'd go fast tempo.
Nebraska fan, here he is with a first down.
I was reminded on the field pregame how massive he is. 6'5", 225.
You didn't miss nothing, Bobby.
And they go, I'll do you one better. We'll put Harbor in for one play and then slow it down.
Pull his ass out.
Everything we've been doing the last 6 games.
Yep.
We're sneaky like that.
Lindenmeyer in motion. Again. Okay.
Do you know how much they'd be reeling if you left Harbor again? Everybody jumped up now and lined up, started going again. They wouldn't have a clue, and then you'd have a pass at some point to be wide open. You know what? I take back everything I said about these coordinators. I should be the coordinator for
me.
Good fight. Come on, Biggins, get in there.
Bro, he tweeted something today. It was a picture of like his girl with like a bunch of jewelry on, and it said, "All a man wants is a woman who will give birth to children and shut up on command."
Shut up.
I said that's misogynistic. I ain't laughing at that shit.
No, I wasn't laughing at that. I was laughing at
Nope.
your shitty accent. Because what you said, not funny. How you said it, hilarious.
Nice little screen! Come on, Emmett. Oh, great tackle, dude.
Just needs a little
Great
more,
tackle.
Like,
Yeah.
Giddy had to go over it, guys.
Yeah.
Get it there a little quicker, man.
They all rushed. You could see the pressure there.
It's not a bad throw.
No, but I mean, if you could put a little more on it, he could start getting up to speed, veering out, get an angle. It's not horrible.
It's like a fadeaway jumper.
Nothing but green grass. He gets to the legs. When we hear these coordinators say all the time, kill the motor, kill the motor, kill the motor, and the motor is the legs, he does it as good as anybody we've seen this year.
All right, let's get another nice big fat ass punt.
Nebraska calls the timeout. If they don't go for it, I'm going to lose my shit. If they wasted a timeout and a 1 point difference.
Did Matt Rule sprain his ankle or something? He's grimacing walking around.
And punt again, I'm losing my shit. Unless they were in a fake punt setup and the way they were up, he's like, no. But that fake punt, you should automatically have, there's a check. If it doesn't work out, we're checking out. It's a regular punt. So I stand by my original. If they're wasting a timeout to go back out and punt, I'm shutting my computer off. I'm going to go piss during this 45-minute timeout.
You might as well. Hey, let it all out, man. If you need a number 2, you'll have time.
Yeah. Maybe 2 of them. And then take a shower and rinse off.
Yeah. You come back, we'll still be on an all-state. Sports Geek says, such a winnable game, SMH. Yeah. It is totally winnable. Last time we punted on 4th and short, we were rewarded by our defense. Maybe it's the same thing. I just would have loved to have seen Harburg. Like, you don't have to take him out after one play, right? You do realize that, right? You could have him line up as the running back or be a tight end in motion and give him, you know what I mean? Like, you can just... it's all year they've been doing that. Every time he comes in, he rips off something, and then they pull him out. You never see him again. I just don't get why you don't want him out there scaring the defense into having something else to think about. It's like, well, why would you have Harburg if they're not going to run? We better stop the run. Oh, look, they passed. Seriously, Dave Matney. He could do a lot of things. He could mow his lawn. Steven says, well, you love Matt Rule football. So, we'll deal with it. We'll deal with it. All the way to hell, which is where we are. I think, Samson, like, we've been talking about this today. I think, number one, his ceiling is high, but his current level he's at could have used an extra year. Could have used a sit down at Ohio State and learn from McCord year, or whoever it is they're using. I can't even remember. It could have used a sit down at Georgia and learn from somebody else for 1 year and then come in ready to just hit, the thing running. But he desperately wanted to start, had to start, and it's like, okay, are you going to be dynamic in your first year? Not really.
I wonder if that is a little the communication with Dana Holgerson as well.
We are going for it, folks. Oh, Gary.
Nebraska was 0 for 5 on 4th down against
4th and 3 in shotgun. 10 seconds. Emmett moving to the other side. 3 seconds.
I'm going to take the delay.
Okay, so we were trying to hard count him. We were trying to get somebody to jump. And then we're just going to punt. Interesting. Interesting to burn a timeout for that.
I don't mind that, honestly. We've seen the emotion of USC not be their friend. So I don't mind going for it, but there was not much there much tomfoolery. Much hard count, much emotion, or there just was very little imagination. I'm trying to draw them off sides.
Can't wait to see what Gary thinks of that.
Well, USC is going to get it. Zachariah Branch.
Get a nice booming punt here, Daddy-O.
To boot it away.
There we go. There we go. All right, down to the 15, 16 perhaps.
Close games galore. You see,
yeah, it's a good comparison, Mozzella.
This a couple of weeks ago, we felt like we were a pretty put together team. We beat LSU.
Chang, not bad. Not bad. Really actually made some great calls, and then Raiola shat down his leg. So, yeah.
8-3, kind of the same ratio, and then all of a sudden, the wheels came off. An interception here, just not capitalizing there. A blocked field goal, a missed field goal. Just the inability to finish when it matters the most.
I think Gary might have fallen asleep on the turlet.
On their couch saying,
he says turlet.
To us today. Both.
1st and 10. Let's see if they run. They've been very balanced.
From the 16.
Ooh, jet pass fake into a run up the gut for 7. Maybe just 6.
I had a professor in college.
Okay.
As you said that, it made me think of him. Flashback.
He'd get here in time, David.
He got so nervous and so worked up.
10 minutes, he'd get here with time to spare.
I also think there are fans in that same boat right now. I don't want to watch because I don't know if I can handle these final 10 minutes.
If it's USC,
do you know what happened?
Fans sitting together, are they saying, no, you're going to win? No, you're definitely going to win.
Hand off. 1st down. Did you see what happened?
Yeah.
What do you think? The trying for a hard count?
Yeah, like when you're when you're in a 1-point game, if you can waste the timeout and punt from a little farther back in the 4th quarter,
6.5 yards.
Best of both
for Woody Marks. And he's not fully healthy, as you've talked about.
So, yeah, big fan.
I'm going to set both those guys.
Defense has held to a field goal that was blocked for you, got a fumble recovery for you.
Oh, my God, we got pressure.
And he does get it away.
Done everything that you kind of wouldn't expect them to do, especially when they played the first half.
Yeah, this was just a jailbreak.
And you do nothing.
Right? The whole emphasis was to hit him physically, confuse him mentally, and the best way to get right to the quarterback, point A to point B, Lenhart right there in his lap, and does the smart
Judy
thing
didn't
there
bite on
and
that
throws
fake
it away.
handoff at all.
Now this is the time to kind of.
He said you're going to have to get up pretty early in the morning.
You don't need high risk throws from Mayava. Would you agree with that or no?
I don't think that's in his DNA.
2nd and 10.
You're playing way too tight, Zaire.
Hand off up the gut. Ooh, what a tackle by
Zaire
Right.
needs to take his ass to the bench.
At this point.
See how close he played that receiver?
I didn't.
Line.
I was
Unacceptable.
I was thinking about RFK putting an end to seed oils. You know?
Where the hell did that come from? I was thinking about RFK. Specific. Putting an end to seed oils. More specific. None having anything to do with this.
3rd and 6.
Oh, please drop it. Damn it, man.
Who got
Hartzog. Come on. You just throw it at the midget defending your receiver.
That was the kind of play. First of all, you build a wall here so your 6'4" quarterback can just step into.
Bro, how frustrating to always be in the right position, but just too small to do anything
right
about
there,
it.
very similar, Jason, against Penn State on a 3rd down, a ball that was a little high and away that he couldn't corral. That time he finishes.
In a game that they felt like they could have won and maybe should have won with a 14-point lead at one point.
Hand off up the gut. Couple yards, maybe 4 actually.
Defensive line for Nebraska.
Where he fell to.
Getting to straight gut check time.
Don't worry.
And this is
We'll
such
throw a hard
a
slug on 3rd down.
meaningful game of such mega
Good news for me, I get to watch From tonight. Okay? 2 more episodes for this season.
Those two faces.
Good news for me, since this game's over, I can go watch UFC. Action.
Oh, they pulled a Jeff Sims! That's a Jeff Simsel-rooski.
And that's where the USC fans say, I told you so, something's going to happen.
Yep, we get a field goal blocked. You got the guy, Lake McCree, coming in motion, and Monheim snaps it. Hits him right in the leg.
He didn't even snap it, though. That was just a
Yeah. Jeff Sims is playing center for them, I think. He was a late transfer.
Who's that on, dude?
It's not on Lake McCree. He's coming in motion, so it's just the timing of the snap, and I know what happens with new quarterbacks.
Robinson's so tired of trying to pull his jersey down over his body. He's like, I'm going to just leave it up.
3rd down, the new quarterback, Mayava.
A little bit of pressure. Oh, yeah, no! It's going to be short. Bro, that's that Colorado play come back to go against us. It was not a 1st down. It was not a 1st down. Are you...
It's even more chaotic the 2nd time. He gets hit as he throws James Williams' incredible rush. It's off Lemon. It's off Javen. It's back to Lemon. Do you want it? No. Do you want it? No. Do you want it kind of like this game?
Ruling on the field is a 1st down.
They're not
Previous
gonna
play
review
is
it,
under
nothing.
further review.
Anything like that. Here we go. Hey, good news. We got commercials.
There we go.
To running a marathon without doing it.
Yeah. I mean, look at the rush here. Tremendous rush by James Williams. He hits the elbow. The ball is fluttering. If Lemon doesn't stick a finger up, Javen Wright, that might be a pick 6.
Yeah, right.
But he tips it just enough to hit off Wright and then bounces right back in his hands now. Is he going to be? It looks like he's short.
But again, the yellow line
he's
is
inches.
not official, and based on the placement there, it looks like it might be a little bit further than the line.
It might be a
gain
1st.
actually
I feel like he
is.
does
So
have a
again,
right spot. I feel like the
unofficial.
line's just a little past where the
If you don't get it here, this is a go for it, though, right? Sneak.
I feel like they should have measured it for them with the sticks.
I feel like we should be watching commercials right now. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm not happy about this at all.
Let's see.
After
They got it back to 4th down.
The runner was short of the line to gain.
They moved the flags back. Yeah. Hells yeah. Hells yeah, we'll take it.
Many Nebraska fans made the trip based on that reaction. So it's half a yard. What do you think, Brock? How you feeling?
Well, you got Woody Marks.
They got to go for it, right?
Game on these
Yeah,
guys
I
that
would.
nobody else has. You know they're going to just stack that line of scrimmage. Do you trust Mayava to maybe pull the ball if it isn't there?
We stop them here, we win the game. How's about that? How's about that?
Shotgun team.
Yeah.
seen
Good one.
that in
I'll go ahead and
these
make you that
moments.
guarantee right now. Damn, he wasn't that far short.
We'll take it. They're in shotgun. Maybe they're going to try to get a hard count.
4th and 1.
Do not jump, bozos.
Marks in the backfield. Branch joins. Mayava.
Come on. That's a good pitch.
First down and more.
Woo!
Inside the 15.
Wow.
Is such
Hey, Matt,
tremendous.
that's why you go for it sometimes.
Kind of reminds me of Kalen DeBoer with a 4th down against Wazoo, where
We
there's
wouldn't
so
know.
many different options, and you present different looks to that defense, and ultimately get to the speed option in a one-on-one. That is just
Hartzog getting pancaked all the way up the field.
or more like chessboard in that moment.
5 minutes to go now. USC's drive just sapping time off. Behind the new management of Jaden Mayava.
Handoff.
A sharp cut, and he's inside.
Marks hit hard, but after about 4 yards.
If I'm quarterbacking, I'm getting in that huddle and saying we are not settling for 3. Number one, we've missed a bunch of.
I mean, as bad as it
Number
seems
two,
like the
as we
defense has
just
done
saw,
to
could
me.
get blocked. We will not just.
You've allowed
settle for
21.
a field goal. You've got to find a way to.
Gotten a couple turnovers.
Gotten a couple turnovers. Special teams blocked
Woody
field
Marks
goal.
is an absolute beast.
Should be in a good situation.
Over 100 yards against a very tough defense to do that against.
It's pretty sad that
2nd down.
A little bit of pressure. That'll go for a foist.
your offense has got you 13
Singleton
points.
knocked him out of bounds. That's a tough ball to catch and go with.
Really hard. Designed all the way. Designed a little sprint screen. Right? You're going to get outside of Gifford, blocker in front. And you wonder if it would have been a little
Steven says, no more jelly donuts for you, Matt Rule. He's specifically going to punish him by taking away his jelly donuts.
That's going to
Okay.
talk about hitting him where it hurts.
Is that like the sugariest, fattest donut you could think of? It's not just a fucking donut. It's got jelly sugar in it, too.
Nebraska with just 2 timeouts remaining. They'll see the ball again, but the question is how much time and what will the score be against Tony White's defense?
Yep, Tony's going, man, that Lincoln Riley on the other side, he's got more stuff in his back pocket than just about anybody in college football. And coming off of a bye week as well, you've seen it in some of these critical downs and distances.
Well,
The signal was jumbo package there by Tony White.
You want to know the good news?
still got 2 games of this?
No, we're going to get the ball back, and we could get a 2-point conversion and
Oh, yeah.
tie it up.
Because we're really good at scoring, getting in the end zone in short distances.
Come on, we got Holgerson now.
That's true. I keep forgetting about
Keep
that.
forgetting about Holgerson.
You know, our esteemed producer Darren, let me know.
I mean, as well as all these guys execute, it shouldn't matter who the OC is. Everything works.
Mm-hmm.
This is what 14 brings to the table.
Ooh, that's a nice cut.
Right there.
Wow, that was a good run.
That's Buford there in a one-on-one.
Quarterback made that shit.
That you live for defensively. I got to make that tackle, and Mayava's got to make him miss, and he does.
You wouldn't dream of going for 2 here, would you?
No.
In any world?
No.
Just checking.
Extra point is good. Huskers got a shot, Gary. All right.
7:39 of the quarter, capped by Mayava, showing the ball and getting 6.
Break it down.
Choose
Well,
joy. Choose the road.
kids.
Choose your people.
David Matney, $10 says, appreciate you guys doing the stream. Always entertaining. Thanks. Thank you, David Matney. All
I
right.
feel bad you guys had to sit through all this.
I mean,
Because we're getting to a point where it's like, we got nothing.
Oh, cramp. Oh, fuck.
The best we can do is complain about cramps and hunger pains and being tired and talk about commercials.
right back. I'm going to go pee.
Take your time.
I will.
We're only on commercial 2. I mean, this feeling that we all have of even best case scenario, we find some magical way. God smiles upon us and we tie this game up. We know we're losing in overtime, or there'll be enough time. They'll get a field goal or something to win. That's what I'm talking about with the core group of this team. Like they all have that because they've witnessed firsthand every game that's given us that experience to automatically be conditioned to have those thoughts. And it's like, I don't know, man. As much as I like, it's not that I dislike the player. Like I like all the players, the seniors and shit like that we have, but I feel like he needed to come in and do a Dion or a Signetti and change, like overhaul the whole thing, like really clean out pass regime type players that were there and start over completely scratch. Because the dude's a good speaker. He's shown, his track record shows he can rebuild programs, but he's never had. He talked about when he was at Temple, a lot of the seniors weren't getting on board, so he started a bunch of freshmen and basically started everything from scratch. When he got to Baylor, he didn't have a choice. Most of those guys were kicked off the team. He had to put a whole new roster together. They're all coming in from day one, only knowing and being ingrained with his culture, his ideas, and concepts. And then you come here where you've got this long line of losing history and most of the guys stay, and you're trying to convert them while instilling this thing in these new guys that come in. I just feel like it's not a good. I don't know. I feel like the same thing kind of happened with Frost. Like he did bring in a new quarterback and a chunk of his guys, but for the most part, it was still Riley's team. It's hard. It's hard to unlearn habits. Hard enough to learn habits.
If you're a Nebraska fan, you're just like, oh my God.
But to unlearn something that you've had ingrained for years and years and then learn something else. Here goes Harburg for probably one possession. Hands to Emmett. Emmett in the edge. Nice little run for about 5 and some change. Now get out of here, Harburg. We'll see your ass on the field again.
Extend the game both against Ohio State and UCLA.
Raiola now.
Illinois, for that matter, as well. 3 of their 4 losses just like this.
A shotgun.
2nd and 4. Drop it off.
Quick dump off to Fedoni, who can't make the guy miss. That was Raiola did a great job. Whether it was a check down or not, he got the ball to him quick enough. He needs to just go make his decisions. He stutters, stands still unless the dude come in on him for basically no gain. Kind of lean for a yard. 2-minute warning. MIT was my backup. $2 dono. So let's sing W's. Appreciate you, my guy. I don't think W needs to be in our alphabet
to a whole new level
probably the rest of the season.
Buffalo, honey barbecue.
Do you think Raiola transfers
ghost pepper
from Isaac?
So if you see a
I honestly don't know, but I honestly don't care, and I'm not saying that like bitter in the moment or at the point in the season. I've always, ever since like the transfer and the portal and all this shit has been a thing. To me, if guys are even considering leaving, like just leave, man. Like that kind of goes back to what I was just kind of ranting about with the existing players. If you can't, Signetti, in my opinion, is a great example of these guys who stayed at these programs, developed themselves, developed and got into this concept of feeling like they were slighted or wronged for not being recruited higher and can't wait to like show what they can do. That's the type of dude I would want on my team, not the type of dude that goes, where's going to be the easiest for me to go win? Where's going to be the easiest for me to look good and pad stats to get to the NFL? So if I'm not saying he is that type of dude, but if he is that type of dude and he thinks, wow, this is going to be a lot easier at Georgia, whatever else, like holler at you, man. Like it sucks because I think he's a big reason we're getting some of the recruits and flipping guys like we are. But if that's his mindset, you don't want guys like that in the locker room, you know, in my opinion. He said we'd give FSU their second win, probably. That's so good.
My body is physically rejecting watching the rest of this game, dude. I keep getting a cramp every time I sit down. This is crazy.
Well,
I do know the post-game video, though.
The one that doesn't happen?
The one that does happen.
I got it for us, all right? You do a dope thumbnail. You do a dope title that has something to do with a very detailed recap of Nebraska's season thus far.
As if it's over.
It's a short little 5-minute video. And it's just a black screen with no sound, nothing.
That'll do.
Recording.
That'll do, pig.
It'll get a lot of interactions because people will be like, I couldn't get it to play, or dipshits don't know what you're doing, like all that stuff.
USC,
it would really expose the people to see your titles you put on there and just go comment and don't watch it. You guys are dumb. That's not what happened. All of it will be
gold. Go to the Big 12 after this ball game. But right now, Jaden Mayava may have led a touchdown drive to put a win away. We'll find out based on the defense.
Well, another third down here. Third down's been unkind in the second half. The strength of this SC defense.
3rd and 4, Gary.
Not so grim.
Still enough time to punt if we don't get it.
Top 20 in the country. Third down defense.
Yeah, I wouldn't rush. I mean, you can still punt if you need to.
It's out wide, and it's a yard.
Great play call, Satterfield. Hogerson. That was very different from the Satterfield play. I like it.
Well, that was what I was saying earlier in the game when they threw it to Bonner and he ran 10 yards on 3rd and 10 with blocking. I'm like, well, I don't like that he threw it behind the line of scrimmage. It's not always going to work like that with our blocking.
The time is an issue, but the down marker is the bigger one.
4th and 3. Plenty pressure. All right, Fedone Daddy.
So it is possible to convert 4th down.
Well,
just not outside of.
You got to have a Holgerson, not a Satterfield, Daddy-o.
Holgerson would have never thought to throw a tight end on 4th and 3. I mean, Satterfield. Don't matter. I mean, it's not.
Moving to 1:15 to go.
Shotgun, looking deep, having to escape. All right. We're moving this thing. You ready to score?
Yeah.
Get ready.
I wish this chair had a seat.
Second and 2. Over to the right side. Oh, that should have been intercepted.
Greedy Vance and DeCarlos Nicholson were both there.
You jazz snapping?
I was going along with your
my croon.
That should have been intercepted croon. That little ditty from 1943.
Third and 2, folks. 46 seconds. Hashtag right where we want them.
In motion. Handoff.
Hey, first down. Maybe a hurry up or a timeout. Probably a timeout.
Way too much time. You want to take this down a little bit.
Go into the huddle and really talk things through.
Make sure everyone's on the same page.
Then blow a timeout after you spend up the.
Welcome to the new job.
I get it. I'm starting to learn.
You are starting to catch up.
Settled in over the course of 59 minutes.
Raiola out
Great
to Emmett for 1 yard. 10 seconds in exchange for 1 yard. Now, if we keep that up,
in either fan base, it is in any way surprised that this is coming down to a one-possession game.
My wife's listening 16 inches, but
right.
You know what I'm saying? Big game, huge game.
2nd and 9, folks.
Right.
Hashtag right where we want them.
Don't worry, we got a 5-star quarterback.
seconds to go.
47 yards.
Don't fucking worry, folks. All right, get out of bounds. Attaboy.
23 seconds.
See, we could go downfield.
First down, Nebraska.
We're just letting them know.
Two things from Dan
You
Lynn.
keep worrying
He's
about
either brought the
downfield, we're
house
going to go
or
over
he's
here.
dropped it.
They're just not ready to do it yet. But at any moment, he could attack
He's either
downfield.
playing
There's
coverage,
nothing they'd
trying
be
to
able to
keep
do about it.
everything in front of him with 23 seconds to go. On a couple different occasions, he has just brought everyone at the young freshman.
Now, don't worry that in 20 seconds we've gone about 13 yards. 4 or 5 attempts.
Deep shot.
What'd I tell you? What did I tell you?
Oh my!
Any given, he did on purpose because there was too much time. But that's there. That was a touchdown if you wanted it.
I would have bet good money,
especially in the double
ball
coverage.
was going to get tipped in the air, and somehow, some way,
there's no
Barney
better
was
option
come up
to
with
put
it.
Wow.
The 5'9", 170-pounder between two defensive backs.
Yeah?
Green light.
That's not going to work?
Green light.
Just dangling in the air. This game, the football, all of it.
2nd and 10, 17 seconds. Hashtag right where we want 'em. Pressure. Throws are deep. To Lloyd, off target because, you know, it's hella rushed.
Just trying to change the clock in the vision, in the view of this young freshman, and these are the moments the D coordinator lives for. And likewise, the true freshman quarterback, can you finally find a way? The unblocked defender comes. It's Mascarenas Arnold right in his lap. And now likely 2 more snaps, 2 more play calls for Dana Holgerson.
3rd and 10, right where we want them. They have no idea what's about to hit them in the end zone. A deep throw. What a grab. Lloyd, are you okay, Daddy? Okay, this is where he becomes Patrick Mahomes. Okay? This is the moment.
Mahomes wishes he could be him.
Damn, Lloyd, what a great grab.
Exceptional effort from Jay.
Can I be honest? If I got hit in the back like that, I think my spine would have exploded. And then I would have naturally had to let the ball go to tend to me spine.
You would have turned around and handed them the ball so that you could grab your spine.
I just, you know, I'm just so glad we let so many balls go right through the corner's hands to start this game. That was fun. That was what you want.
Table, Gabe. You don't know ball.
No, I don't know.
You'd
ball.
understand that setting up for this moment.
Right. We like the dramatics. We're so good at Nebraska. Sometimes we just like to have dramatic, fun, winning endings, you know.
For Nebraska. Both teams.
1st and 10, 5 seconds, probably
left.
one shot.
There's still time.
They're going to bring pressure. We're going to go offsides, baby. Woo! False start.
He wanted a little more room to throw this.
Yeah. Offensive offsides, everybody. Please no runoff.
Everyone but the center. 5-yard penalty.
Everyone but the center, he says.
Call a penalty at the end of this
So maybe it was on the center.
Nayer's your touchdown guy.
Maybe he didn't have the count right.
Banks has been effective. Matt Rule, I know when he made the change, was like, yep, of course, Dana's going to have to make a call here in the final 5
Cooler
seconds.
than the other side of the pillow.
To try to extend this game.
Who knows what he's got?
Trying to get Nebraska bowl eligible.
All the Trojans on the goal line. Look at this defense.
It's a wall.
At the line of scrimmage and at the goal line.
They are sending pressure. Here it comes.
Picked off. That's a 5-star. Satterfield fucked up again.
And Nebraska will have to wait one more game.
There's only one thing left to do to fix this, man. Satterfield has to be completely out of the building. Because this loss has his fingerprints all over.
Nicholson, one-on-one, the long corner out here.
He's completely stifling Raiola's growth. All right?
Right here, you can see the defense. Everybody's at the line of scrimmage. They're just waiting at the goal line. And you'll see Nicholson tuck the jersey right there.
Yeah.
That is super pass interference.
And instead, Greedy
what the shit, bro?
But it's going to be contested. The only thing I would say is
I don't even give a shit, to be honest with you.
Yep. I don't know if we had a pass interference called, but coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Just one on the offense earlier. Downstairs, Allison with Lincoln.
Also, to start the game, remember when Banks caught that on the outside and...
I ain't even going to entertain going down the ref route this game.
No. But you can't ignore what you just saw. That was definitely a pass interference that coulda, shoulda been called. And then they put you on the one, right? Or halfway at least?
It's just 15 yards. This means nothing. I'm not saying this and then going, this needs to happen. Like, whatever. I'm just stating a fact, and it is what it is. Next week needs to come and go. This loss is solely on Dominic Raiola. Dylan Raiola.
No, it was his dad's fault for having him.
It's his dad and his uncle's fault.
Okay.
And his grandma on his mom's side's fault. No one else's.
Well,
which is fine. There's Hall of Fame quarterbacks that have single-handedly lost games for teams. I'm not saying he's a Hall of Fame quarterback, but I'm just saying there's not a lot to really break down. Like, I think this game proved, I know it's only one game with Holgorsen. I know it's still Satterfield's playbook, but I think it's pretty clear. You watch USC run a lot of Satterfield type plays, and they worked for the most part. They didn't have a lot of explosion or 40 on us or anything, but their quarterback played pretty bad. He had a pick six, a fumble, made some bad decisions, overthrew some guys that were open, things like that. But the guys we don't have the guys to do a lot of the shit we want to do. And mainly right now it's that quarterback. I hope he develops. I think he will develop. I think he'll get better, whether he stays here or goes somewhere else. I don't really consider him leaving. I haven't really thought of it much. I know some people have said it, and it was kind of getting brought up a little bit. But this is just what you got to deal with, man. Everybody was excited, wanted a 5-star quarterback no matter what. Well, this is what came with it, is he was going to play the whole season. All right. Now you got to deal with it. Everybody wanted a new offensive coordinator. All right, now we got to deal with it. If it doesn't look great next year when he implements his new offense because the players are still trying to learn and do whatever, you can't say, oh, he's got to go. Now you can't say I've been waiting forever for the offense to click. No, now you've been waiting since he started for this dude to do it, to get it right. Like, it doesn't matter what the other guys did. That was my point before. Same thing quarterback play-wise, any other young guys there is. Next year, you're going to have a lot of seniors leaving. You'll have a lot of really young guys on the offensive line. You can't say the offensive line's always been shit, so nope, these guys are all going to be new. So, I mean, it is what it is, man. And it's like not every loss or bad play or shit season needs to have like drastic changes and then wondering why there's never like an identity or a solidity or things like that when something always has to be changed. Always got to have a new quarterback, always got to have a new offensive coordinator, always want a new head coach, whatever. Like, at some point you just got to eat shit for a while until things start working.
We haven't been eating shit
as a unit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, sometimes you just got to leave the oven door closed and let the cake bake. But you want to keep opening that bitch up and checking on it. The temperature drops and it's getting all funky and doing different shit. At some point, you just have to go, okay, here. And regardless of what my expectations are, whatever else, other people, outsiders, like as an AD, I'm not saying fans need to change their opinion. I'm I'm not a big tell people to change their opinion deal. Like I'll debate and have the conversation, and I'm curious to hear other sides of things. But like as an AD, at some point you have to go, okay, if we're making changes, let's do it now. But we're not touching this thing for an entire set of recruiting classes or this many years or that, whatever the time limit is set. But like, we're not going to go 2 years in or a year in and go, oh, everything's good except for this one thing. So let's change one thing there and try to fix that overnight. And then maybe that thing gets a little better. Maybe it doesn't. And this has a little dip. Like there's ups and downs along the way of gradually going up or gradually going down. You can go up and down on the way down as well, but nothing has been left alone enough to know what you really have under all these different regimes that people don't like, or the players and things like that. And unfortunately, you don't get a ton of time with players, especially in today's football. So I don't know, man. But reacting to everything with some wholesale or some big change isn't the answer.
We actually had a chance to tie it at the end, man, and there was a pass interference. And I wouldn't even be mad about that pass interference if you don't combine it with the other few. There was probably 3 to 4 clear-cut PIs that they refused to call during the game. I'm not saying the refs helped us a lot.
Real quick. The comments here, this is what I'm talking about. You guys don't pay attention to like the whole. We've been waiting for the Nebraska cakes in 2001. Yes. What was the other part of what I said? How many times has the oven door been open, fucking up the cooking process since 2001? Solich gone.
Well, you're opening up the oven, pulling the cake out, and putting a new cake in,
or changing something, adding an ingredient, taking whatever. Like that's my point. Like nobody is content on letting shit suck for a little while, so that hopefully, as a complete unit, everything can develop and go together into something good. They just want to change all these things. And when it doesn't happen overnight, well, Signetti did it. Dion did it. Okay, those guys are going to be gone. Like Signetti's team's going to be gone next year. Dion's top 10, top 5, 2 guys going in the NFL that he has on his offense now, on his team now, they're going to be gone. Like, how are they going to look? Things can go the other way as well. Somebody can come in and make a program look amazing. Like Frost did. Frost had that one year at Central Florida. Everybody's like, oh, shit, this dude's legit. He comes here and goes to shit. Like, Nebraska keeps changing coaching staffs, position coaches, changing out quarterbacks in year to year.
And then you have to start over.
You have to start over. And then you're mad because you've been waiting this long. It's like, well, you keep changing it. You keep resetting your timeline to rebuild a program.
It's like a scab.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
If you keep ripping a scab off, if you rip a scab off over and over before it heals for 20 years, you're going to be like, why won't this heal? Yeah. Like, because you keep starting over?
And the shitty part is maybe your hire is wrong. Maybe you wait the allotted time that it should take for things to turn the corner and get better, and they don't. And then you do have to start over. But you're not having enough time when you're changing or calling for change, at least every year or two. Like, how many times have you seen Nick Saban go a few years between winning a title? There's no argument he's the greatest ever, right? He didn't always look like hands down the greatest of all time. Once he would want to put a couple together, it was like, okay, obviously now you give him some leeway. I'm not saying you have to do that. There's variances. Like, there's a lot of gray area between this is the fix, this is the guy, everything's great, and he's shit, he's got to go. Like, I don't know, man. This is my humble, dumbass opinion.
We have to be patient with this process for the coach and the quarterback and the offensive line, because offensive lines are not fixed with young players. They're fixed with upperclassmen that have a lot of training, wouldn't you say?
Say it again.
The offensive line needs patience, along with the quarterback because he's young and the coach because of everything you just said. But with the offensive line, you don't usually fix the offensive line with young recruits. So we literally are going to have to be patient because it's normally upperclassmen that fix an offensive line. dudes with like a lot of experience, grown man strength, the closer to grown man strength than 20-year-olds, 19-year-olds. Is that fair to say? Like, and I think that's been our biggest issue.
You're going to have a lot of offensive linemen coming in that have been sitting for a year or more, like developing and going through that whole deal. But like in the defensive backfield and the linebackers, especially, you don't have the dudes to take what Tony White's capable of doing on defense and look like an elite defense. Like there's a reason he has so much cushion. Like you don't have guys that are locked down corners. You have guys that can look good in man sometimes, but they're also going to get burned a lot. You don't have guys that understand the concepts of windows in different zone assignments. Zone isn't just like you're teaching little league basketball. Like you stand here and cover everything. It comes by you cover here. Like there's different angles you play depending on routes where you're supposed to sit in zones and fit, and then being athletic enough, quick enough IQ wise to recognize where you're supposed to be and what you're supposed to do, but then athletic enough to execute at it. You don't have the linebackers to be that isolated in that much open space in the middle of the field and stop the run and be able to pick up the intermediate pass game. You don't have the dogs on the offensive line. Like they did a lot better this year when numbers matched up at protecting. But when you started getting blitz or guys coming in gaps, they're not able to pinch or squeeze very well.
We got Rule. We got Rule.
Down to the wire.
He's all smiles.
Have to make one more play, even down to the final throw, and just we're not able to make it get it done. So credit to USC. They thought they played well. I'll hold tight. Some of our beat writers are not here yet, so they're just coming in. Almost, I think Evan's got kind of a tough setup here.
I can't wait to hear this, bro.
Don't worry about it. So as, like I said, tough result. I thought the guys laid it on the line. Play here or play there. Even on that last drive, the ball goes through our hands.
He needs to be honest and go. This is what happens when you have a freshman quarterback.
Just really in the first half, two big plays for them that went through our hands. Resulted in a touchdown, the play to get us down to the 6-yard line. So, I kept trying to calm the guys on defense down on the sideline, saying, "Hey guys, this game's going to come down in the fourth quarter. We all know it is." And it did. So, credit to Dana, to be able to come in after a week and be put in those situations, and even at the end trying to move the ball, final plays, fourth down. What I do know is that we'll only get better and better and better. I think offensively, you're just now beginning to see the genesis of what I know will happen. A lot of our special teams versus some really special returners showed up. We kicked the ball well, kicked off well. We blocked a kick today. So a lot of things that we did well. You take away maybe one play here, one play there, but that's football, and that's the new Big Ten. As I told our guys, this isn't like the old Big Ten West, 17-13. You come out to USC, they've got great players. You're gonna have to make a lot of plays, and so disappointed, but encouraged by some of the things that I saw.
On the one timeout you used on unit, were you considering faking it, or?
We were gonna fake it if they sent out their punt return team, and then because they kept their punt safe out there, and then I just felt like, hey, we should go for this. It was right in gray area there, so we lined up, and if they gave us the look we wanted, we were going to take it and go for it. If they didn't give us the look, instead of throwing another go ball, I was going to punt the ball down and let the big guys go play. And I think at the time it was a 1-point game, so I felt good. It was 4th and 3. It was 4th or 2 or 1. I would just gone for it, but it was in that gray area in between, and I felt like, hey, taking a 5-yard delay a game wasn't going to hurt us. So went to run the fake. It wasn't there. Called timeout. Said, hey, let's go for this. Dana came up with a play call. If it was going to be all out, 0 blitz, we were going to throw a go route. Didn't want that, so I said, hey, take the delay. So kind of a unique set of circumstances there, but really was just trying to make a play there and trying to extend the game. But we punted the ball down well. Had good field position. I'd like to think that we would be able to get the stop there. We just weren't able to get the stop there.
How surprising was that fourth down call that Ryan made on the option?
To be quite honest with you, like I was going up and down the sideline saying, "Hey guys, they're going to win the game in 4 minutes with the quarterback running the ball." Like I expected them to do something of that ilk. I can't say that I thought it would be the speed option. I thought they were going to pull the ball and have the quarterback run it. It's a credit to our interior, front, but it was a great play call by him, and I'll have to go back and look at the tape to see what exactly happened. Anytime you run those plays, we're in man, we have someone for everyone. So I'm not sure exactly how it unfolded because we had to snap the ball the next play. But down the stretch, even that, and then down in the red zone, they ran the quarterback both times, which is obviously something we knew with Mayava coming into the game, could show up.
What do you think of just the operation and mechanics of Dana running the offense, just how it's working considering the time that he's had?
Yeah, I think what Dana's done is amazing. I mean, in such a short amount of time. And the first half, we only had 28 plays. Part of that's, when you score on defense, kind of flips those numbers. But we had a couple opportunities, to maybe make a little bit more, and we didn't do it. But just the verbiage, the language, the timing, the ease with which guys got in and out, and guys that haven't maybe touched the ball as much made some plays. Although Janier and Bonner today did some really good things. So. At the end of the day, offensively, they played man against us, and we just we're trying to find ways to win versus man. We have to find more and more ways to win versus man, and I think that was really at halftime kind of some of the things that he was looking for.
Going back to what Sam was talking about the 4th and 1 play, but 2 plays before, you got the ball goes off the tight end, and the snap, it's a fumble, and they recover, and then the next play, the ball bounces around.
No, that's the worst thing that could happen is if I start feeling snake bit. I feel like I've been entrusted to coach the program, and I'm trying to help us break through. And, anytime you break through, you punch something, you want it just to open up. But you just keep punching until finally it breaks, right? And so, yeah, we had some plays go against us. We also turned the ball over down inside the red zone twice, and we came away with 2 field goals. So I think the more that we continue to develop offensively under Dana and some of the things that he did, I think the better we'll be. And then again, that was a frustrating play, but they made the play. I mean, it's like the ball in the end zone, that I'd like to see us pick that ball off. So they made some plays. They're great playmakers, and we'll continue to work.
What did you like most about what you saw from Dana's offense today? The thing you're like, yeah, that's the area you got better in just this first game.
I think one of Dana's, he'll talk to you obviously this week, but I think one of the biggest things that he saw coming in was like, hey, we got to get the ball out of the quarterback's hand quicker. Sometimes it might be a screen, like we threw a screen on the last, leading up to that 4th and 3, and Emmett came out free, and the guy ran over the top and made the tackle to keep us, so. But I liked the fact that he got the ball out of the quarterback's hands. But make no mistake, there was lots of opportunities to make more plays that we kind of gave away, right? And so there's a lot more work to do. There's a lot more, growth. That's hard to say with 2 games left, obviously, right? But if you look at it in terms of the global move, bringing him in, I just think it's really encouraged by that and just the way he sees the game. Like, hey, they're playing man, we're going to have to attack man, we have to win versus man, hey, they're doing this. And so I think he just sees the game in a really sophisticated yet simple way.
Before the second field goal on that third down play, did you have Banks kind of look like he shot open there? What did you see, or what happened on that play?
You're talking about I'm trying to think
just before that you made it 21-20, and just those 2 sequences where you had to settle for the field goal.
I'll be honest with you, I don't remember. I remember the one, we threw the fade down the sideline, and they reviewed it. We felt like they brought 0, so he threw it to where it's supposed to be. Gave Jamal a chance to make the play. I guess he ended up out of bounds. He's kind of guy was draped all over him, pulling him down. So on the other one, we ran a mesh concept. Looked like the guy flashed open. But a lot of things happen. So I think I'm sure if you ask Dana, maybe there's a call here or there he'd like back. But I think a lot of the things were just hey, we're going to get the ball in the playmakers' hands and have them make people miss, and kind of goes back to the statements I made to you guys. You call the plays, give guys a chance to make a play. They're going to go make a play, and we'll continue to work on making more plays.
What about Sierra Wright, coach, and just the effort he gave, the pick 6, the block kick, almost enough to help you guys win this game?
Yeah, no doubt. I know I know how much this meant to him. He stopped me in the locker room on the way out of here and just shared a couple things with me from him, which I'll leave to him to say. But I'm happy for him. It's a chance to come home. He's from here. He's played against those guys. He's been a great addition to not just on the field, but in the locker room as well. I think he's a really, really, really cool young man, and I was happy that he made those plays. And that extra point block was huge, right? I mean, that field goal block was huge. That changed. That could have changed the landscape of the game. So, again, we just, that's the way I see football, right? You just keep developing your players, and you give them opportunities, and you go out there. If you want to win the game, you block the kick. If you want to win the game, you intercept the ball, or you make the block, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So we had a lot of guys make a lot of plays tonight. We probably just needed one more.
What did you see from the guys in terms of the energy or the mindset?
I thought the guys were great. I thought the guys they worked their tails off the last 2 weeks, getting ready for this. But, they worked. I go back to my week against Indiana. I told you guys I thought we had a great week going to Indiana. The challenge was to do it on game day, right? Show up and do it on game day. Like, there's nothing worse than, like, hey, we practice well, but we don't win, like, go do it on game day. And so, there's areas that, where like, maybe they match up better than us in this area, right? There's areas maybe where we match up better than them. And so, that's a talented football team. I know they've been struggling, but it's a talented football team. And, we had to take more advantage of some of those things, the areas that we had. But I thought they practiced well. I thought they showed up. I thought they wanted to play. I thought they competed. First times in a while we came out of the half and moved the ball down and scored. Would have loved it to be a touchdown, but it was a field goal. So there's a lot to build on. Anyway,
I think you're muted, bro.
Whoopsie poopsie.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, that's all I really wanted to hear. I just wanted to hear him talk, and then...
I like how he goes, there's still a lot of work to do. No shit.
That's something you say after a win.
It's not like yeah, exactly. It's not like we're sitting here going, oh, shit, dude. You
guys looked incredible. Yeah, but pump the brakes. We still got some stuff to work on. Let's get out of here, man. Got a good idea for a video. Let's get to it.
Holy. You got a don't know. You got a don't know.
Oh. Yeah. Chang in the house with 75 NT. Says, NU turn a 5-star QB to lousy. What a great player. Development achievement. BTW, I don't buy into straight. I season head coach. Don't look confused. Don't look confused. Don't look confused. All right? Appreciate you, Chang. Huskers lose. Huskers lose. Let's just go. Let's just go. We got two more games.
Yeah.
Let's throw this one away.
Yeah, no big deal, guys.
We got a little work to do.
Satterfield's gone. The offense is fixed. We're fine.
Ugh.